and welcome to another episode of the
See,
Fuck Out of
if you don't ask,
podcast.
you're fine. Nope, nobody thought you doing that.
Today's episode is going to be about bags. It's the bag
Baggies.
life.
Crack bags.
Bags.
Great bags.
Bags for
You got to get them little bitty bags. What's it for? Eyelashes? No, it's not. So,
Itty bitty rocks.
yes.
It's the same.
So we're going to talk about bags, all things bags. We got distracted a little bit ago. We were just looking on Amazon and everybody kind of find their favorite bags that they were using. I noticed, man, there's some people ripping people off on fucking Amazon.
Well, unicorns rip people off.
Well, yeah, unicorns known to rip people off. But like, no, people like buying like a 3 pound all-in-one bag. For some of you that don't know, we'll get into what all-in-one bags are. But a 3 pound all-in-one bag for $30 fucking. And that's not even with free shipping. It's absolutely ridiculous and stupid.
Well, so let's put the math in there. I mean, the bag gonna cost you like a dime, and then you got a dime of fucking grain, and a dime of fucking core, and a dime of hay. And maybe a dime of vermiculite. What am I up to? Like 50 cents?
You're at it's like $1.50.
Yeah. You're probably looking at $1.50 or so realistically worth of materials in a 3 pound all-in-one bag. And like if you put your time and everything in there, maybe $2. So like man,
well, I don't know about
that's
time. That depends on if you're fucking PCing them motherfuckers and everything else, because if you're doing that,
breaking a bag.
Remember, you're putting a couple hours in each bag, but you're doing more than one bag at a time. But
if you're doing 3 pound bags, you can fit an absolute shitload, and it like in a pressure cookers. You stand them up vertically, and then you could put 9 around the outside, and then 1 in the middle.
Yeah, no, nope. I hate that. With the pressure cooker, but then again, I'll be honest. I mean, I use the best and cheapest Amazon bag I could find at the time, because they're all the fucking same. I mean, they're not the same. There are different qualities, but I mean,
yeah, when
once you know the quality of your fucking bag, you know how to do it. But I know for a fact that the ones I buy, if I had them against the metal of my pressure cooker, the seams are going to melt. So I know that I don't do that. But that's why I don't use fucking bags like that. Because,
I do. So the easiest way I'd say for somebody to get started in growing mushrooms would be an all-in-one bag. So for those of you guys out there who don't know what an all-in-one bag is it basically has your substrate. You have your substrate on the bottom. You have a small layer, usually just a little bit of straw, hay, or wood chips, just a thin layer separating that, and then the grain on top. Or you see them sometimes with the grain on the bottom and the substrate on top. Either way, so it's 2 layers, an injection port on it, and so you take this bag of sterilized stuff and you wipe the little injection port, you inject your spores, ideally a liquid culture, instead of fucking spores, into the grain on the top. Let that colonize, and you'd break up the grain on the top, and then once the grain is fully colonized, you would just break it up, mix it all together, and then kind of tamp it back down. Then once it's ready to stand the bag up, once it's ready to fruit, you just get some air in the bag, and you're good to go.
I left for a second. Did you just say the grain was on top?
It can be on top or the bottom. It doesn't matter.
I know. I personally like it much
stuff.
better when it's on the bottom. Sealed.
It is easier to break and shake. Yeah.
Yes.
But so the idea behind an all-in-one bag is to limit the amount of time that it's going to be exposed to the air or have an ability to get contaminated at all. And all-in-one bags are almost a surefire way to grow something, some sort of mushrooms. Whether you're growing
Trichoderma,
lipstick, depending on if you have a clean culture. So if you have it, but it's pretty much, you're going to grow whatever your target species is going to grow with an all-in-one bag. They're super, super easy to do. They're easy to put together. And they're pretty much surefire way to go. They kind of harken back to, what was that bullshit PF Tech. Yeah, they kind of harken back to the old jar PF Tech method. So,
the fuck did you say?
What'd you just call me?
No, what are you talking about? They're going back to
an all-in-one bag. Kind of harkens back to the old like PF Tech jar method, where you'd have the PF Tech in a jar and then you just dump the little fucking cakes out into a fruiting container. So all of your break and shake, none
you
of
mean
that
the BRF,
shit.
brown rice flour cakes?
Well, yeah, but that's called PF Tech.
I call it BRF Tech.
Okay. Hey, Trimmy's back. He's alive.
He's alive.
He's done exploring the wilderness.
He was out there all lonely and shit.
Do you return with, good sir?
I had a cowboy friend to keep me company. Never mind.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Brokeback Mountain.
Ah!
Said that at the same fucking time.
That's because we're all a bunch of fucking degenerates.
I'm gonna say your guys' fucking minds went there, not mine.
You said cowboy friend.
Yeah.
And your dirty mind went somewhere bad.
Why is it bad, Trimmy?
Yeah,
What's up?
wait a second. Do you
Jesus.
feel guilty?
Oh, remember, all your hate mail goes to Trim
He
at
come in me,
FAFO.com.
he come in me, I come on floor. It was beautiful.
Trip, you'll never.
With that going on.
Well,
So,
why don't we just start? Why are we starting talking about all-in-one bags right off the bat? We need to just talk about the regular bags first.
Well, then you
And then the use
freaking
of
lead
the
this
bag.
Go. Talk
All right.
about bags.
I go,
Teach me.
all right, so first off,
Bags.
number one,
Bags.
bags are all different. They come in different sizes, shapes. They're like your
Thicknesses.
fucking funguses.
Fungus.
All right,
Yeah.
but that's not the only thing that matters. I mean, the other thing that matters is going to be our patch sizes on each bag.
What about the micron?
You know, yeah, exactly. Thank you.
It's all about the microns.
Yeah, you got the 0.2s, the 0.3s. When you're dealing with substrate, you want a 0.3.
Substrate.
You know,
I believe there's a 0.5 one too, isn't there?
I think there's
At that
bigger
point,
than
you
that.
might as well just fucking invite the goddamn the infection.
I mean, you got. I mean, you can just use like a fucking Tops fucking not maybe a grocery store plastic bag. I mean, because I got buddies like even like Whitey, his bags, he puts the polyfill on top and wraps it up.
I've heard of people using taping
puts
the
the
fucking
wraps there.
envelopes from the post office on using for filters too.
Oh yeah, back
Ziploc
in
bag.
That's
the day,
old school.
yeah, back in the day, like
old
many,
school.
many, many long times ago.
Are you
those
saying I'm fucking old?
Well, I think so. But
Maybe.
yeah,
Maybe
you
I
can
am.
take the fucking bags and the thing. You cut the circles out, put it on top of the jars, on top of the lids. You just do a double layer, or the what was it? It was the paint
Tyvek.
coveralls.
Tyvek.
Right.
Yeah,
but I mean,
yeah.
you can buy the one set of the paint coveralls at Home Depot or Lowe's, and that's made of the same fucking shit.
Yeah, post
You
office
can-
envelopes are Tyvek and they're free.
And they're free. Yes, I have a whole pile in my garage, as well as all my boxes that every time I go to the post office.
Not only do we FAFO, we're cheap fuckers.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm not gonna lie. If I can save a dime, I'm trying to save a quarter.
Yeah, spending quarters to save a dime. God damn it, that's me.
I mean, we all use bags here. I mean,
I love bags. I primarily use bags nowadays.
I've melted a few.
Especially, I mean, I know this is probably going to piss Deadpool off, but sometimes, you know, when you're having contamination issues in your house and you just fucking can't get the green to go away, bags help you. You can get at least a grow done in a bag.
what do you mean it's gonna piss me off? I've been using bags for 2 years. I am just now back to tubs.
Now, tubs are by far and away going to give you larger flushes when they do succeed. Way larger. But bags are fucking almost foolproof. Not quite total, but almost.
Well, that's true. I mean, but then again, that's only all-in-one bags. But I mean, let's talk about the. I don't know. What do you guys? What kind of bags do you guys use?
I use cheap Chinese ones from Amazon.
Same as me. I don't even give a fuck about the actual
the Amazon
size
ones.
of the
Cheap ones are actually thicker than like your fancy unicorn bags. They have way thicker actually.
The ones that I use the most, they're the Impressa bags. They're a 50 count bag. They're 6x5 by 20, and they're my favorite. They have a 2.2 micron filter, and they're my favorite to use for grain spawn. I love them because they're just the perfect size.
The ones
The
I use are
ones?
the ton gas on Amazon.
Ton gas, yeah.
All right, they're 8x5 by 20. They're the 3 mil, the micron, but they're 80 micron thick. They're extra thick.
Yep.
So
nice.
Yeah, I milked those. Yeah, that was fun.
But
Yeah,
I'm looking at the prices. It's like
you can get them all
$30
in like 6 mil thick. I mean, they are thick.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on over here. I don't.
Yeah, the 6 mil ones are the ones that the Impressa ones. They're 6 mil. They're thick. They feel like those condoms that they hand out when you visit Africa.
No, I don't want to get you guys off track too much, but a lot of people have been asking questions in the recent past about having troubles with burning holes in their bags or bags popping in their pressure cooker.
That's why we're doing the episode.
Melting
Okay.
bags. What about melting?
I'm just laying it out there for you to. I'm like your.
I've
I'm
never
your
had
Ed
that
McMahon,
problem.
man. You could lay it out there and suggest some.
Oh no, I got you. No, but yeah, I mean that always comes down to two things. One,
Melting.
you went cheap and smart, mind you, going with. I mean, I don't want to keep saying it. Unicorn is fucking garbage, but they're way
They have
expensive.
really good marketing. They have really good marketing.
Really good marketing and whatever, but I mean, they're still the fucking best Chinesium there is out there in the market. Like Farrell, like
Well, actually, Unicorn's out of Texas. Believe it or not,
I thought
Not
they were
anymore.
sold and moved all their equipment to China.
they did. Oh, I did not know that. I stand corrected.
No, I'm saying I thought. Is that not true?
No,
Oh wait, no. They brought their equipment from China, and they had it shipped here from an old factory. I think it was what it was, right?
Oh, and they can make like 10 bags there and say, "Hey, we make our bags in Texas." That's a possibility.
No.
The rest of
I
them
think
China.
they like bought all the equipment from an old Chinese company. I don't want to say that for sure.
It says that they're made in the They're made in the U.S.
No, they're a U.S. company. But what I'm saying is they bought the equipment. I mean, if I buy a Chinese slave and I bring that slave here and they make it with
That's
their little
human
Chinese
trafficking,
hands in the
sir.
basement.
I do
that
need
still-
feel I need to
It's mine.
let you guys know that I personally have never even put my fingers on a unicorn bag. I've never used one because I'm too cheap.
Neither have I.
They're
They're way
never
too
used it.
expensive.
Once I see the price, it just ruins the whole.
Right. My finger won't click by. I just can't do it. Like, wait a minute. Why am I paying double? Am I getting double the value? What the fuck? Yeah.
No, but I mean, all bags are the same. And when they're melting and stuff like that, it usually comes down to two things. You got a really thin bag, or you ran out of water. If your water gets too low in your pressure cooker, which odds are if you're running sub, all right, especially if you haven't extended your trivet, all right, you're gonna run out of water, and that heat is gonna get way too high, and you're gonna fucking be pulling the bags off the fucking side of the fucking PC. It's not gonna be pretty. But
There's one other possibility I can think of.
what's that?
The point of a PC is to raise the boiling point of water, right? So you get the inside of that sucker, like, was it 270, 280 degrees? I can't remember the number.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, about that.
If you release pressure too fast out of your PC before that cools down to the boiling point of water, the humidity in the water that's still inside that bag is going to instantaneously turn into steam and cause your bag to explode.
And that's why the bags are exploding on people.
Yeah.
They get
Well,
fucking.
If
impatient.
anybody is that dumb, they obviously haven't done any research.
Well, you're
I've
only dumb
never
if you don't
seen-
know. Or dumb is knowing and doing it anyway. Ignorant
Right.
is not knowing.
But I mean, how many people do we know now that don't spend fucking an hour watching YouTube videos,
right?
And then becoming a fucking expert? And that's what, but nobody says use your pressure cooker. And then, I mean, actually, no, I have seen it. It's when
I've
they
seen
do
it several times.
with they cooking corn, but it's never with bags or jars or anything. I mean,
yeah, never ever just pull the freaking weight off your pressure cooker to get the pressure out quicker. Let it naturally.
Oh, dude, that's how I heat up my house. What do you mean I can't do that?
You can do it. It's not like you're
cool.
cooking with grandma's pressure cooker when you're making a pot roast and you need to put water on it to cool it off quick. Yeah, don't do that.
So you never played that game, Mount Vesuvius? When you put a blanket over top of it and you pull the plug to see if you can get any condensation on the inside of the blanket. It's fun. You get burnt sometimes,
right? Or just disable the whole lock thing and just take the top off. Why full pressure? Why not?
Oh,
live on the edge.
That'd be like a rodeo with a pressure cooker. Let's see if you can prevent it from smacking you in the face.
Yeah,
dude,
that's what they call it.
Fucking time.
That's what they call you can't fix stupid.
Yeah, I mean, you can slow it down. That's for sure.
Is that a train in there?
At least.
Shit.
Yeah,
sorry.
somebody has like a train or some shit.
No, it's a fire whistle. I don't know if it's done.
Okay. I was just curious.
Did you find
Are you on fire?
My balls are on fire.
Pressure cooker accident going on. Do you use a smoke detector for a kitchen timer? We're gonna need this.
I like to smoke my meat, so I use the carbon monoxide detector.
Nice.
Like
I figure recycling using carbs is the best bet. Think green.
What is this? Anyways, yeah. So okay, so those are usually the problems with bags. So either A, put foil around your fucking PC. That'll help too.
Like on the inside?
Yeah, I've actually seen people like take a thin towel and wrap it around the inside of the PC so the bags touch the walls too.
Yeah.
Let's see, because if I was going to run like say a whole PC full of grain bags, which would be ideal because then I could do like 3-pound bags. Every time I've tried doing all bags, they melt. Like the ones that are touching the trivet melt.
Well, because the problem is when they are expanding from the steam and the water that's inside, the bags are actually getting bigger and they're stretching a little bit. So if they're touching the side already, if you've got that thing fucking packed,
they're not. No,
do you have?
I keep a gap.
Do you have
There's
an extended
air gap all the way around, and I wrap the trivet in foil like twice.
No. I mean, do you have an extended trivet upwards so you can add more water when you do this large amount? Okay, so you're not running out of water.
No, I've never ran out of water. I always have water. I'm always dumping out water when I'm done.
I don't understand how you could be melting bags then, unless there's just something crazy with your bags.
Yeah, it's the same brand you guys use. If it's
you must be like, are you heating up like super fast and releasing the like pressure fast or what?
No, I let it cool down overnight. When I cook grain, I'll do it at night and then I'll just turn it off and go to bed and let it sit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do.
Understand. I don't understand why it would melt on the trivet, especially because that's right where the water's at.
Live in a special fucking place apparently, and it likes crazy shit to happen. But this is my dilemma. So now I've went to just putting the bag on top of the jars instead of trying to do more than one.
My biggest issue I've ever had was just having so many bags in there that the insides don't get sterilized as good as they should if I'm not careful.
Oh.
I mean, I pack it in there so much that I have to put a dinner plate on top. I have to put a dinner plate on top to keep them plugging up the vent holes. I mean, I pack them in there.
Oh no shit! I haven't had to do that. I was worried about that.
I am guilty of breaking a stove from too many pressure cookers on it. I have done that. Sorry, it's not fun.
Damn.
How many does it take?
2 fully loaded 23-quart Prestos and just one little piece of sand on top of your stove, and it's a glass stovetop. It's done.
It's that one piece of sand.
The glass stovetop. All right.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know about that because I run 3 at a time.
No, I think it was the sand. I slid it over just a little bit and just the whole top just shattered.
So, all right, patches. Do you guys care about patches when you grow?
Patch to the. I do my patch to the inside. So,
I
like when I'm PCing, I put my patch to the inside. But
Right.
as far as where
And I fold,
where it's like,
always make your folds so that the end of your fold's not in the water. Ever.
yep, we gotta be up.
Yep.
Yeah, I can imagine it being in the water at all is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, because once it cools, it's going to suck up like a
that
straw.
shit right up like
Yep.
a fucking
Yeah.
straw.
That doesn't
But-
sound good. It's a little
Right.
too moist.
Well, I wasn't even talking about that, but that's I do it. I do it inside as well, only because Farrell's the one that taught me how to fucking fold bags. But
I don't know if there's a better way, one way or the other. I've always been an inside folder myself. Maybe we should FAFO it one of these days and do an outside fold and just see what happens.
right.
I've done it. I mean, I didn't see a difference, but I didn't. Is it for the sterility that wouldn't make a difference, right?
Usually,
it's
it's
for the air exchange.
You're trying to get it to seal temporarily, so it has like a vacuum.
Yeah, so it's vacuum sealed when you like unroll it.
Yeah, and with the flat folded over that over the patch, it's like a one-way valve. It can go out, but it can't come back in, so it really sucks it down. And
Back in the day, they used to take pieces of like basically those bags we were talking about, or the cloth, the Kevlar, not Kevlar, the whatever.
Tyvek.
Yeah,
Yep.
Tyvek. Yeah, they used to put a sleeve of that in the bag, so it would wrap, and that would keep it open the whole time, so air could easily go in and out.
Mm-hmm. But mainly, what we're looking for is steam to go out and nothing to come back in. That's our ultimate goal.
Yeah.
At that
Get
point,
those nice, pretty.
because then your bags are like sealed shut when you have a little time, till you need to really worry about them getting contaminated again because they stay sealed.
That was my true sign that like every time I opened the PC and I'd know that I was fucked was when I would like unwrap it from the foil and it was loose grain, because if it wasn't vacuum sealed, I was fucked. I was like, okay, great. There's popcorn at the bottom of my pressure cooker. Fucking cool.
Yeah. I guess, if you... No, I was going to say maybe your grain was too dry. I don't know. I'm trying to think why it would melt a bag.
The grain was too dry. I don't know. I mean, because if it's too dry, then it's not letting any steam out.
It wouldn't. Right. It wouldn't do anything then.
Yeah, I don't think the internal temperature is going to be the same no matter what. I guess. Yeah.
Maybe he's at a weird fucking elevation, and it's getting way too hot. Like it's getting hotter, because I know at different elevations you pressure cook for different times.
Longer, yeah. Do you live like under the ocean or something, or below the sea level?
Yeah, no, I'm down here with my octopi. Me and my crab friends, we're good.
I'm just checking.
Easy. He lives in Atlanta. He lives in Atlantis, Michigan.
80 degrees Fahrenheit, water's boiling in his coffee cup.
Yeah. To get mussels, I just scrape the bottom of fucking ships. It's cool. It's a great place to be.
All right. Also, so okay. Now what I meant about the patches originally was when you go to buy the bag, are you trying to get 0.2s, 0.3s? I mean, do you care what you use when you grow?
I go 0.2s on everything, just because I don't like to deal with any sort of like contamination or anything.
Yeah, I go with the finer ones usually. I used to get the bigger ones for fruiting, but honestly, mushrooms tend to do pretty good when you give them a little choking once in a while.
Exactly. They're like my women. They like to be choked out just a little bit until they're almost unconscious. But,
just starting to go blue. My theory behind that is the reasons mushrooms fruit. Mycelium, if it's perfectly happy, it's almost never going to fruit. It has to have something wrong with its environment to make it want to send out spores.
Stressed her to want to reproduce.
Yeah.
Right.
Right after.
Like, I want to get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna make babies and send my spores out somewhere else.
Right.
That's exactly right.
Like, I need to cross this fucking border quick.
Right.
Just like a woman turning 30 years old.
I mean, but I do find that a lot of my stuff. I mean, some of them they do like to get choked out, but I go with 0.3. I use for everything, and I never really had to do anything with them. I mean, I understand that it could be better tech to do the 2 or the 3, but I'm buying huge fucking quantities, right? So I'm not gonna have a bag of fucking 0.2s to only use. I don't do my grain in bags unless I'm filling an order. That's the only time fucking that gets done. But because you're adding, I'm only doing core, which means it's going to be for fruiting. So I always get the 0.3s. And if you're using 0.2s for everything, there's no reason why you can't fucking. I mean, your bag's going to tell you anyways. Put a little slit in me and fucking cover it with tape. You know, I hear they scream at me all the time for that stuff.
Whisper, stab me, bitch.
Yeah, hit me right here. Right in the kidney.
Get out. I need a hole.
Yeah. Put a hole in there with a scalpel.
Oh, Daddy, give me hair. I can't pick
I'm gonna fucking 7-dick that bitch.
I'm gonna get you like they do in the prison yard.
Well, so, it doesn't take very long to get prison love in here. 25 minutes.
We're on point. So, all right, we talked about would you guys prefer sizes? I know Farrell and I, but we both use the 8x5 by 20s.
Yeah, I love those.
I do like the smaller ones for grain. They're a little easier to work with. But the bigger ones are good for fruit and blocks.
The 6x5 by 20s are the ones I use for grain because you can put for some reason like a 2.5 to 3 pound grain spawn fits in those and just looks really nice when it's standing up. So it makes a nice, pretty little hand held cube, and it's really easy to put a whole shitload of those on a shelf.
That is, but I also found from experience that if you get greedy with your bags and you go past 3 or 4 quarts, because there's tons of rooms here hit that patch. If you try filling it up to get to that fucking patch, it will never fucking work.
I just feel like.
Well, yes,
I feel like 2 quarts.
Right. But I'm saying I'm talking the little square bags that we're talking about.
Yeah.
If you go up and you add 5 fucking quarts in there, you still have 3-4 inches to that fucking patch.
Oh yeah, but you can get a big old long fucking log.
But it will never colonize the whole thing.
Yeah, you're playing with fire when you got that much.
Yep, it runs out of oxygen. You'll actually see a ring around the grain where it actually becomes anaerobic.
Yep.
It just fucking
there's
dies.
Just so much nutrients in there that it overpowers it. I mean, it's just like swimming in a vat of chocolate. It's all great until you drown in it.
The diabetes made my legs not work.
I mean, the melting point of chocolate's gonna burn you, so I don't think it's gonna be all great.
Well, chocolate
it's gonna be agonizing fucking pain until you die.
Chocolate milk, and you keep yourself afloat with the farts, whatever
Okay.
Okay.
Threaten me with a good time.
Yeah. Go team.
Yeah, go team.
All right, so we got the bags, we got the sizes. Did you what size bag did you use there, Nutty? You use the same ones we use, right?
Yeah, the exact same ones.
Oh yeah, we can probably
let me look. I honestly don't remember what I have. It's been so long.
What were those
since I ordered it? I've had lots of bags.
Lots of bags. I'm a little bag whore.
Now forgive me for not paying attention. I know that Unicorn and these places have 7 A's, 3 B's, 4 Charlie X-rays. I have no idea what the fuck any of these motherfuckers are. Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. Delta.
Especially Unicorn. They're so bad about their damn name number system. It's confusing.
I would love to get into that during this episode. I refuse to give a fuck.
These are the big ones that I use to do those. Those really the big grows that I lay the bags horizontal on. They're XLS size. They're the 10 by 5.5 by 24s. And they're the ones that I've used in the past because you can fit an absolute shitload in those bags, 20 pounds. It's great. And then I'll colonize it, break it up, then lay it flat, and then cut the top off. Once it's recolonized and the top looks really good, to fruit it inside of a tub, so that I don't have to worry about keeping the tub super sterile the whole time. I just cut it off with a razor blade and throw the top on the tub, and then spray the insides with some water, and then throw the top on the tub and just fruit the damn thing inside the bag. It's like its own little shotgun fruiting container. Works
What size
super,
did you guys say you were using on the bags?
8 by 5 by 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
copycats. I guess that's what I have too. 8 by 5 by 22.2 micron.
Pretty standard.
10 by 5.5 by 24s are huge. It doesn't sound like they would be that much bigger, but once you like actually start putting shit in them, they're massive.
Those are the ones we used to talk about with your fucking disgusting floor shit, and put it on the side and just fucking flap it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Disgusting.
I have had some of the large bags in the past. I used them for gourmet blocks mostly.
Yeah, I mean, I've even had the small ones. So they're like 5 by 5 by 20.
Mm-hmm. Those are
like
nice.
They're basically like, I don't know. I don't even know if that's the size, but yeah, they were horrible. But that was my fault in the beginning because like I said, I threw like fucking 5 quarts in that bag, and none of them would ever fucking fill up.
Right.
And whenever I ask a fucking question, it's like nobody knows. So
one thing that people, I guess we need to mention is that you need an impulse sealer if you're going to do bags.
That's not true. Not true. That's not true at all. I okay. Literally don't use the impulse. I mean, I've used the impulse sealer up until about 6 months ago, and you know how much growing I do. All right, now the impulse sealer was great in the beginning, and a lot of people we know, they recycle these fucking bags. Which I mean, I'm a cheap fucker, but there are some people that are even cheaper than me. So I mean, but now all I do is my impulse sealer is right here, and I will do it on occasion. But I fold the bags down. And I bought a couple boxes of those paper clips. Not paper clips, but they're the fucking crimp clips. Like the black
binder clips.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called? Okay. And I put 2 of them on the top of each one of those things, but I fold it down a couple times. And honestly...
Yeah, I'm guilty of using duct tape.
Yeah, well, no. Listen, I mean, the impulse sealer is fucking great and phenomenal. And the reason I went the other way is because that they... I don't know what that is. It's like that Kevlar tape along the top. Yeah. It started to wear out at one end. So now I have to like double press my bags at an angle. So it was doubling the time. So I said, fuck this. I'd rather just do this. And it worked fucking fine.
You know, most impulse sealers come with a rebuild kit, right?
Yeah, I've been using it for a long. It does. I do have it. And I just found it. I'm like I said. How many times have you heard me move my fucking lab?
Well, what week is this?
Yeah, right. And so I mean, I just found it. But like I said, now I'm not doing bags anymore. But
yeah, I when I'm doing small quantities, I impulse seal and I duct tape. I have had like spots of moisture once in a while, and then you impulse seal in that one spot that had the moisture and it doesn't seal. So it's just for double assurance. But if you're doing a large amount of bags, you don't want to use duct tape. It gets expensive.
See, I've never had. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
just tape on the top
inside.
Of the line. Yeah,
right. Yeah, but it fucking you'll be able to do that because aren't you like putting the bag down in front of the fan, letting it blow up with air before you do it? So you should be pressing on that bag anyways to make sure it's a fucking seal. If there's a hole, you know immediately.
Yeah. It's just more
that was like the most feminine sneeze I've heard in a long time.
Right?
I'm trying to think.
What was that, Pikachu?
ADHD. That's what it is. ADHD is why I tape them.
Or just being extra safe. I mean, that either way.
But they're impulse sealed and taped when I do that though. They're both.
Yeah, but no, get me wrong. Impulse sealers are fucking awesome, and if I do bags now that I found my piece, I will use it again. But for the last 6 months, I've been fucking doing that. But then you have the other people that like to fucking put the polyfill on top of the bag, even with the fucking patch, and then they rubber band the polyfill on top.
Oh, they use those little plastic rings.
Yeah,
see.
Yeah, so I mean, there's all kinds of shit. I mean.
That's really common in Asia. Is using the plastic rings with polyfill on the top. That's white. Really,
they do that in bottles.
Yeah, they use them in bottles also.
Yeah, they grow it right out the top. Then they put it in a machine and shakes the fuck out of, empties it out. That'd be really nice if that would really work well for us. But they're usually growing fucking maitakes and coming out of those bags, I believe. Maitakes I think that's the main one. I don't know. I'm not the best gourmet guy.
Enoki, maitake, those are all big.
Enoki, that's the other one I was looking for. Maitake. Yeah. But yeah, so okay. So we got that. We got that.
Where's the podcast picks? I gotta throw a podcast pick in here of my ADHD.
How do you have a picture of your ADHD? Is it a pill bottle?
Where I tape the top.
Yeah. Is it pixeled?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a picture of some of my bags taped up.
Oh, that is gorgeous. Looks so much white. Oh, that sounds bad out of context if this wasn't about mushrooms. I did not.
Them's are some big ass crack bags.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't see any green in there, Trim, in case you're wondering.
I know.
Wait. Check the bottom right.
Those aren't all cubes. A lot of those are gourmets. So some of them might feel
actually, he's trying to grow trichoderma in that bottom right one. That it actually says strike on the bag.
That's what it is.
Like the one bag you can read is a yellow oyster because I can see the YO on it.
Oh, YO.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right,
sometimes the tape method for fruiting has worked really well for me.
Yeah, and those are fruiting blocks, I believe. I don't think those are green bags being that big.
Yeah,
I don't remember. That's pretty old pictures. So.
Yeah. I mean, recently with the bags, what I've been doing is I've been doing bucket tech, and I feel because now that I'm doing tubs, and now that the lab's in a fucking barn in the fucking woods, I'm trying to be extra safe with everything, and I'll tell you at the end. But now when I do my bucket tech, after I put it out of the fucking the cooler, I just dump them in a tote. A regular 56-quart tote. I can fucking put almost like a half a brick, the big bricks, the 10-pound bricks, in there, in the whole thing. And each tote, all right, I'm putting 4 quarts of grain, which is a little much, but I want to make sure I'm trying to get the fucking cycle going fast. All right, so I got 4 quarts, and I'm doing 3 to 1. So I'm actually taking one of my bags and I'm filling it up, and right under the patch. That will give me 12 quarts of spawn, of substrate in the bag. And then I fucking I twist it down, pack it down, and I just put it in the fucking oven at, what do I do? About 190 degrees. And I go to sleep. And they sit in there for 8-9 hours before I go back to the fucking house. And fucking, it's not sterilization, but I don't use nutrients. All right. It's pasteurization, but it's been working fucking awesome.
So it's not really a bucket tech. Would that be like an oven tech?
Well, I'm oven teching the bucket tech.
Okay. So it wouldn't, but don't you do pasteurization when you're doing bucket tech?
Correct.
So
you do. Yeah.
So
yes.
Would it be necessary?
Well, here's my thing. I am doing this I'm trying to remove vectors of contamination.
Yeah.
All right, if it's bucket tech and I had to come in here and then I'm now making shit and pulling stuff out of the bucket like that in front of the fan, which would probably work fine. But what I'm doing is I got the huge bag now and I literally dump it in the tub with a little bit left in the bag and then put the grain in, mix it up, and then I throw the pseudo on top. And that's it. But yeah, I mean, I want to make sure that there's nothing left of that motherfucker that's gonna fucking come back and bite me in the back of the ball sack.
So you want to cut the head off after you stab the heart. Gotcha.
Exactly. Double tap that bitch. Double tap. But so that's what I do with that. And like I said, I'll tell you guys later on what else I've been doing. What the hell is that, Trim? Trippy just posted one of his best looking plates ever. It's FAFO Bag.
Oh my god!
Hey, I made a liquor filter out of that. Here's
I
a
think
picture
you
of
said
the
it to me.
culture.
I think you said it to me.
No, John.
Motherfucker.
I'm a bad person. I'm sorry. I'm going to hell.
But
Be careful
right,
when your friends send you stuff, guys. Be careful. Don't trust anybody.
well, it's been it's been a while, and I've been getting stuff, like in trades, and I've actually had a couple of you guys out there have sent me some genetics, trying to build my library back up, but some of you guys have some very bad cultures. Just it's not put down, but
no, but it is.
but some of them immediately went to trike. It's like, I don't know if you're fucking with me. I've had like 3 Lizard Kings sent to me, and each time I put it in the fucking jar and I come back in 2 days, it's got a little bit of green in that bitch.
It makes it stronger. It makes it stronger.
It's just a little spicy.
But yeah, so I mean, other than that, let's see, bags. Okay, let's go with
bags.
What are we using? And let's go with substrate bags.
Yeah, what kind of condoms do you use?
Yeah, condoms. What the fuck? Who the fuck uses those anymore? They got pills for everything.
You got pills? Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I need a condom for them boys.
Oh my god. That's a long one. Stretch your cervix. Jesus.
I like the stems. I like a long stem.
I like a long stem, but the girth
I like them long and white
and skinny. It just goes up there and pops the hole,
It's weird with some of the stuff you get.
Yeah, no, the expressions that they put out, especially like once they're extremely stressed.
Mm-hmm. That was actually one that I had forgotten about, and it just went wild in this fucking tub.
I was gonna say that's when we get our fucking crazy ones, is when we fucking forget about them, and then we come back and find them. I'll post a picture here once I find it, but I fucking once I ran out of fucking space. I made too much core. Good.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say, did you see that fucking weird ass fucking thing that I sent Meister and he forgot about, and it turned into just a monster? Oh. It was a normal fucking cube when I sent it to him, and I don't know what he did to it, but whew. I'll have to find that picture. Oh, you continue your thing. I'll look for it.
Oh no, but yeah, I like this one time I was doing bucket text, and so there was substrate left in there, and every once in a while when you're shaking the jars, some shit's left in the jar. Well, what I did was I was cleaning the jar, so I emptied the rest out, because I was gonna go reuse them immediately. So I emptied it out in the bucket, thinking it wasn't gonna do much. Probably like maybe out of all the jars is probably like maybe a quarter of a quart, a pint maybe. But I came back to use the bucket in like 3 weeks, because at that time I was running multiple buckets, and it had colonized that fucking shit. And it didn't grow on top of the cake. It actually, as the cake started to shrink, it was growing between the bucket and the cake, all the way around. It went halfway around the bucket along the whole circumference of the cake. And if I put it on a paper plate, it's fucking ginormous, and it's fucking thick as fuck. It's like it's glorious. I don't know where the picture is. I'll find it eventually. But yeah, when you forget about shit, they'll show you what they still want to fucking grow. They ain't fucking around. Let's see. How about we talk about our for your substrate bags? There it is. What do you guys? I
just use larger versions of the same ones myself.
No. Your recipe. This is not just a episode about just bags. It's like the kinds of bags, our recipes for bags, taking care of bags.
Okay. Well,
anything bag adjacent.
Are we growing cubes or are we growing wood lubbers? Makes a difference.
It's either one. Tell me your recipe.
Spill your beans
for your wood trike.
My
Your
wood trike? Honestly, a lot of the wood lovers can handle a little bit of trike. I'm not gonna say lie. They're way better on it. Like that picture Firo just posted.
that shiitake only is happy when it looks like shit.
It'll look like fucking shit when it's ready to go. If you really leave it,
yes,
that whole thing will be black as fuck.
Looks ugly, brown. And then you get beautiful shiitakes.
Interesting.
I use Firo's recipe, his original recipe for wood lovers. I don't know if
his fucking alfalfa fucking
60-40. Yeah. It's the best.
I don't fancy it up with no fancy ingredients or nothing. I just use regular old alfalfa pellets, hardwood fuel pellets. The good stuff.
Right, man. I do so little gourmet at this moment. I mean, really, all I'm doing is I'm doing turkey tail. There we go, some turkey tail. But I make a tincture out of it, and I take that. That's like my immune booster. It's basically the gourmet. That and I've grown some reishi. I've grown them all, but yeah, I don't give a fuck.
On like a regular basis on them.
Yeah, no. I mean, I've always got a couple blocks of turkey tail.
Okay, here's a good video or image of a good shiitake block.
Is it yours?
Is it my what?
Shiitake block.
Is it your shiitake block?
It's one that I grew.
Okay. Yeah. I don't care where you got it from.
I got it from Firo. From Firo.
That's gorgeous.
That is nice.
I like it.
Hell yeah.
Actually, I got almost all my gourmets from Firo actually originally.
That was the shiitake mutant. That was that fucker that would make all sorts of weird ass shiitakes.
I was gonna say, the ones in the back don't really look like they're conforming.
Looks like a nose.
This was Firo's
chestnut.
Chestnuts, yeah.
Those are beautiful. I like them.
Wow, Farrell gave you his nuts.
He's generous.
I did gourmet long before I did anything else, and I spent a lot of time with gourmet and just picking better and better and better and better ones.
You might have Farrell's fucking nuts, but I got his tits.
I do not have tits anymore.
No more tits.
Well,
that's
guess
sad.
What? They are ingrained right now.
I still have the good ones that we all get fucked up on all the time. I can't remember what they were called now.
ODPE?
No.
Or
Lizard King? No. Was it Lizard King? Yeah, I got the Lizard Kings.
Right.
Yep. Damn, I'm getting a heart or bad memory in my old age.
So, yeah, well, when it comes to my recipes, I'm usually about 50-50. I really don't even measure. I mean, I know when Farrell does his shit, but I just throw them all together and mix them up, which takes longer because they don't fucking expand at the same rate. The hell is that?
That's what happens when you just keep fucking isolating the same goddamn trumpet until because you're looking for the best trumpets, and then they just start making these giant, weird penis-looking fucking things.
Looks like half a dolphin penis.
Yeah, really does. But 30 generations of just isolate. Just take a sample, isolate, and if you do that with trumpets long enough, they start making that ginormous. They're huge.
Start making dolphin dick.
But they're just giant dolphin dicks. They're really
interesting.
Yeah, but that last picture I posted, public service announcement: do not, if you build yourself a fruiting room, do not put a wooden chair in that fruiting room.
Yeah.
Just word of advice, unless you want mushrooms growing out of your chair.
I can say, that wood might get a little moist. A little moist. Ooh, that's so pretty. So pretty.
Looks like a pink oyster that's being top fruited. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Cool.
I don't know anything else that's pink. Are there anything else that's pink?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm colorblind here, fucker. This is good for me.
Yeah. That was a beautiful guess, sir.
That's phenomenal. Yeah, but I as far as the recipe for my wood, I just half and half that shit and mix them together to let them soak. But yeah, I think they grow fine. I mean, but like I said, I'm not like you guys. I've never gone out of my way to do the gourmet. I tried at one point in time, but it got too much.
I love them. I mean, unless you love working for a living, it's not a good business to go into, but it is an awesome hobby. But
don't get me wrong, I would love to do the mushroom thing, but
yeah, you got to live somewhere where there's a lot of people, and especially a lot of people with extra money to spend. If you got that,
so check this out.
Well, you got the internet.
The stores, even the stores here that grow in bags. Look at did you guys see the prices they're getting for their fucking?
What the fuck is that? Is that a vending machine?
It's that's literally a mushroom vending machine. Yeah, it's literally a mushroom vending machine.
Well, that is fucking awesome. I'm looking for the prices. I don't see it.
I'm saying.
Oh, they're there.
Let me see here. What's one that I know of?
$15 a pound.
Chanterelles, $39 a pound.
$23
a pound for lion's mane.
Well, here's what I could say: if any of the stores around me, this does not exist.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Yeah,
I don't.
You gotta have cool kids stores near you, I guess.
Yeah. We're not part of the cool kids club.
Like I said, a population of people with money to spend is what you need to make.
You gotta find one of those. I'm sure it's like one
of those disposable income. That's the word I'm thinking of. Disposable income.
Oh.
It's a fancy store. It's not one that's just on the street corner. You have to drive to that one. Like it's a fancy store. It's
a show ID in order to get in.
Yeah, you got to show your BJ's card to get in.
You got to flash a butthole.
You ever find a picture of mushrooms that you don't remember even growing?
Yes, all the time.
I don't know if this is my picture. I don't remember growing these.
You don't see any writing?
No. I'll show it to you guys. See if you remember it. They're beautiful.
Might be my bag.
You would think I would remember them.
Oh, wow. Those are gorgeous.
Damn, they got to be somebody else's. I would remember that if I grew those. Yeah, that's not mine.
I wanted it to grow that.
That's a recent picture. Those are either Louis Vuitton or fucking a Jack Frost has gone.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks like Jack Frost, like a Jack Frost, like a Mac or something.
Mm-hmm.
Those are absolutely beautiful.
And when have you ever done tubs?
I'm proud of you. I haven't done tubs in a long time.
Yeah, and that strain did not exist when you were doing tubs.
And and when I did do tubs, I primarily did shoe boxes. So. And that's not a shoe box either.
It's definitely not a shoe
box. It's like a 27 quart. Yeah, that's a big one.
Definitely not a little.
You know what that one looks like? That looks like the pre-blue filter. If you know what I mean.
Apparently I posted that picture in Gamecast when we were playing video games, so there's no telling who I got it from.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. It almost is like something maybe Meister grew that.
That's possible.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Mr. Too Scared to get on here and talk with us.
Yeah, Mr. I'm a bitch.
He's a good cultivator.
He's great, man. Remember when he first started? He knew nothing, and now he's just outgrowing 90% of us. It's awesome.
Yeah, he's great.
90% of you.
I said us. I don't know.
In your pocket.
I think he might be putting out more pounds than you, Deadpool. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, no, that's
busy boy.
It's definitely possible.
It's a race. It's a race, if nothing else. It's a race. He sure as hell got me beat.
Yeah, but.
And I gave him my entire library, and he just ran with it.
Yeah.
Which is good because I lost my entire library like a month later. So it was perfect.
Oh,
Fridge failure.
He's got a backup.
They suck.
Yeah, they suck.
Doesn't matter. I had a backup too, and the bitch threw all my shit out because I got moldy. She said.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
But anyways, I don't want to talk about that because I'm gonna get mad.
The mold got moldy.
Right? Exactly. It didn't get moldy, bitch. It was mold.
The mold got moldy.
Don't be fucking with spores.
Yeah,
oh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry.
And Nutty, you grow gourmet at all?
I do. I've done chestnuts, and I
Nice.
did.
They are
pepinos.
delicious, by the way. They're very delicious.
They are. I like them in on pizza, like
Oh.
sausage pepperoni pizza with diced chestnuts. Ooh.
There you go.
You guys ever make shroom sauce or shroom salt? Where you dehydrate your gourmets, grind them up, and mix them with a little bit of pink Himalayan salt, make it like a mushroom sprinkle. It's good stuff. Gives it that umami
I've done that
flavor
with
without the mushroom texture. People who don't like mushroom texture still love that salt, so it's something to think about.
Well, if you're grinding them down,
Yeah, they're just a powder.
you're not really going to have that fucking texture
So you get the
anymore,
flavor without the texture. Yeah.
right? Yeah, that sounds interesting. I
You'll
would
like
definitely
it,
try it.
I've done it. I like it. It's not super powerful flavor, but it's good.
All right. How long are you guys PCing your bags for? These bags.
90 minutes is all I do for everything.
A jam-packed full PC or just a normally packed PC?
All right. See, now we got Farrell's fucking sterilization is whatever you see. It's damn it, I forget.
Sterile is a destination, not a journey.
That's what it is. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times when I do bags, when I am doing bags and I put them in a pressure cooker, I do them for 2.5 hours.
That's
because
what I do.
if that was the case, I mean, you can't do corn in a PC for fucking 90 minutes.
The main thing is that you don't run out of water. The amount of time after they're sterile is just, you want to make sure you get to that point, not just barely get there. I want to make sure I'm there.
You're sterilizing all your substrate?
I sterilize
everything.
Everything. Just because you don't necessarily have to do something doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, well, first off,
I've never sterilized my sub.
I mean, let's say a doctor puts on gloves to operate. He still washes his hands before he puts some gloves on. He doesn't have to, but he still does.
That's a little different.
Precaution.
I'm pretty sure it's a law.
I mean, that's an extra step.
It's more of a rule. It's more of a rule.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, just because you don't absolutely have to do something doesn't mean it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt anything to do it, for sure.
Yeah, but the CBG bags, all right, let's talk about your CBG bags. I mean, I just do a core vermiculite, perlite, gypsum. But I don't even use gypsum anymore. I'm basically just doing I'm doing core and perlite because I got a huge fucking 50-pound bag of perlite.
Sometimes I just use straight core. I mean, it just depends on the mood and how much materials I have.
Yeah, I'm a core vermiculite and rabbit poo kind of guy.
You're a newt person, and you're not sterilizing with newts. Oh,
yeah.
Dad, do you have
not good idea?
Do you have TAM issues?
Not really with the tubs. I've lost grain jars, but not.
But the poo's not in the grain jar.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Rabbit poo has bacteria, but not a lot of fungi in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't had many TAM issues with my tubs.
Okay.
Well, that's a good thing.
You're going to get like in rabbit poo, you're going to get mostly actually pretty decent types of bacteria that are great for soil health and not a lot of fungi. So
cool.
I say it's really good. I know my garden loves it. Plants are happy.
Yeah, it's just kind of the way that their gut works, It's kind of a weird little gut.
Well, it's got to be good because it comes in pellet form, right?
Yeah.
Right?
The packed up little ball.
That sounded painful.
Yeah, what just broke?
I was tapping on my desk and I had a shelf and a whole bookshelf just fell off.
Oh, shit.
America.
Luckily, just had some fucking paper.
God bless America.
Whatever those things are called. Fuck you, television.
Yeah.
But well, now, all right. Yeah. So, all right. So,
where were we?
CBG bags before that rude interruption.
I like vermiculite. I do like it. It's just hard to get.
I always used it before, and I honestly never thought that perlite and vermiculite was they were interchangeable until Farrell said that it was.
Yeah, their only purpose is to hold water and provide airspace, really.
Yeah, that's it. Vermiculite and perlite are interchangeable. Both of them are just inert. Space.
Well, actually, vermiculite
yeah.
has trace minerals that it releases.
Whoopee, go pee
some,
in it.
yeah.
It'll be the same thing.
Okay. Wait. Are you saying to pee in my bag? No, good sir.
You could rehydrate with urine.
You don't pee in your mushroom bags?
I think I need to start.
Are you even Michael, bro?
I guess not. I'm not even down with the fungi. What the fuck?
You get a little bit of nitrogen. It's got a lot of a lot of minerals, a lot of hard salts. It'll be
now. Everyone's wondering. Okay, if pee is good for them, what about semen?
Oh, too much.
Well, of course.
I got news for you, asshole. Nobody was wondering that. Not a fucking one person. You fucking dirty fucker.
Hey, were we supposed to make like a jizz agar sometime? Who was that?
Yeah, what happened with that Deadpool?
He's still working on
talk to me about jizz agar. I was.
I'm pretty sure that was a new thing.
He said he's got an old sock. He's gonna rehydrate and grow some mushrooms on it. See how it goes.
Let me just grab my comforter off my bed, and we'll just fucking throw some grain on that bitch. See what happens.
Wasn't that
a Reddit thing? The cum box.
I think you looked it up. Yes,
like
yeah, I think so.
Degenerate. Surrounded by
mushrooms.
So we have the. I just do CVG, and that's I'm basically pumping that thing out. I do bucket tech. It's 650 grams a core, and it's followed closely by 2 quarts of either vermiculite or perlite. And if I want to sterilize my grain, I will put coffee grain in, because coffee grain is one of the few things.
So you do not PC your core?
I do not, unless I'm adding coffee grains. If I'm doing a grow, and I'm trying to make it picturesque, you know what I'm saying? And I want it to look fucking austastic, but it's not enough to warrant the extra time of sterilizing.
Yeah.
But
a lot of this what's the one that's similar to sterilizing? Pasteurizing. That came from mushroom farms. They have way too large quantities to be able to sterilize everything. So
they're also doing steam pasteurization over all fucking night.
Right.
That's what I'm doing in the oven. I'm actually fucking putting my shit in the oven, and before I put it in the oven, I'll take a cup of water. I will dump that cup of water in the fucking CVG bag, the big bag, fold it up, put it in the oven, set it for 190 over the course of the day.
I'll be darned.
8 hours.
I've done the cooler one where you just put the boiling water in the cooler with it.
Yeah. I mean, that's just my bucket tech now. I have that big Gatorade cooler with the screw on top.
Yeah.
And I could put 2 bricks in there and do a double run. But,
I'm not sure if this needs to be said or if anyone else has done this, but if you do use a bucket for bucket tech, don't shake it while it's hot, because the steam builds up and it will pop.
Boom!
Yeah, just throwing that out there.
And if you happen to have a bucket full of lye, be careful when you shake that. It's not good on your nuts.
Nuts are sensitive.
Yeah.
Have a bottle of vinegar handy to pour vinegar on your nuts and make pickles.
Why don't you just piss on yourself?
You're wearing your underwear with your belt that day.
But that's a separate story. We won't get into that.
We've already talked about it.
Oh, did we? Okay.
That's how I knew you're talking about your nuts. But
safety, lab safety is another one. We should have a meeting or discussion on safety someday.
That would be next week.
That'll be a shit show.
But since we're talking about piss, did you know, like a lot of these big tobacco places, they spray their shit down with water, but they piss in it first. Literally human piss.
Do they have certain people that they choose for the pissing?
Yeah, do they have like a designated peer?
Yeah. Or is that like a job?
Have anybody come over and just Well, they're like, you're visiting. Oh, hey, if you guys would be just so kind to piss in this jar.
Why does it have white chunks in it? What is this?
We're taking urea donations today from the tour.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I guess the nitrogen and the piss that's in the water is really good for the fucking plants.
Really good for the. Was this? Did you say tobacco?
Yes, tobacco, because we were
So
last week's episode.
I don't see that being a very sanitary thing. I don't see that happening.
Yeah,
like
no, you're smoking piss.
It sounds great.
Not on the plant, on the fucking soil.
Oh, okay. You're saying none gets on the plant? There's none that get on these leaves?
Dude. Nope, not a drop.
Not even a little
shower.
I'm sorry. Pretty much any plant that you eat has had either piss or shit on it one time.
I was gonna say this is coming from the people that want to put corpses in the soil.
Water has been inside. Hey, I put dead animals underneath all my plants.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Nothing better for trees than to throw a dead fish under it. By the way,
why aren't graveyards the most fruit-filled places? Why can't Grandpappy be sporting an apple tree?
I haven't understood like 90% of the words.
Reasonably normal. Yeah, exactly. It's okay though. Yeah. So, but I don't know. Yeah, like graveyards. He's talking about graveyards. Why don't you just when Grandpa keels over, just plant
throw a tree on top of each grave?
Because
I'm saying like if it's fertile soil because you have a body.
No, we poison the bodies before we put them in the ground, though.
So
I always thought the person was bad. That's why they put them in boxes.
Yeah, they do
that because
and fill you with formaldehyde and shit.
They do that stupid shit. They do the embalming thing because, like, in case they want to dig you up later and fucking look at you. It goes back to the whole mausoleums, like where people used to have just like these catacombs. They'd throw like Grandpa in, and when he kind of wasted away, they'd scoot his bones over and throw Grandma, and then scoot her bones over and throw Uncle, and they just want to be able to visit the dead, and that's why.
I think in Mexico they actually bring their dead out once a year, don't they, and party with them?
Certain parts. That's not just like I'm married to an official Mexican, and you're not just. It's not an everyday thing. Right? It's not.
The Day of the Dead is called.
It's not every day.
It's a holiday.
Dia de Muerte.
Yeah, it's an actual holiday.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool. It helps you remember.
You're not just.
How about just a fucking picture? How about just a fucking picture? Nobody needs.
We do.
Use my skull as a goddamn ashtray. I would enjoy that, man. It'd be remembered.
We do an ofrenda. Ofrenda is a big it's like where you got their picture and you put like memories about them and things the foods that they liked and candles, and then like a whole bunch of flowers and shit. So
cool, man.
We do that for people that we've lost. So
sounds like a waste of time.
Don't worry.
They're dead.
I mean, I guess if you want to be just they're dead, then you can be their dad. But, I mean, we do an ofrenda.
If you like the person, why not?
Right?
Don't be hating, Deadpool. Don't be hating.
There's no hating involved. I'm just saying, I don't need to see Grandpa's dick on a fucking Halloween instead of a fucking picture of him fucking holding the baby or something.
Why is there a penis involved?
You guys are talking about holding special pieces out. We only bring special pieces. What's more special than my balls or something?
Grandpa was well known for it. He was hung like a mule. Grandma never walked right past it.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, take my balls and my dick, put it in a jar, and every fucking hacienda fucking bring out the jar. And then go to the jar,
balls.
Go to the jar and then put some eggs in there. And then offer everybody some pickled fucking eggs and look at their face when they see my dick in there. Great.
Huevos con huevos.
Yeah. I'd be down for that.
Deadpool, you are a liar, sir.
Oh.
I found a picture of you celebrating that damn holiday.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it's me.
You got a heck of a tan, Deadpool.
Yeah, it's pretty sunny down there. Pretty sunny.
It is
That was
sunny.
during
You'd
that
be
was
right.
during his border hopper days, back when he was trying to get some of that sweet.
He was trying to get him to
sweet,
grow better and win that competition.
yeah.
That guy.
All
The
right,
border
so,
hopper.
Now we got CBG.
I'm
Now,
playing
Farrell,
with
what
Pixel.
you want to give them your
Secret recipe?
secret CBG recipe?
I don't do CBG, but
I know.
I do forest flora. I put so many people have gotten the PDF that I made, my super awesome, ultra cool, totally professional PDF that I made to show everybody how to make the forest flora.
Yes, don't
I think I
mind
have
the
a copy
fucking
of that
measurements of baby hands and Ron Jeremy's that are fucking,
Well, that
Sprinkle
was
A
it
the
on the
toddler
PDF.
fist. A toddler fist is a legitimate form of measurement.
Hey, people who watch this podcast know that measurement system, though,
Absolutely they
Right.
do.
or listen to it, or whatever the word is. I don't know.
How are we watching this thing?
Hey, listen, if you're watching me on YouTube right now, I am masturbating. Imagine that in your head.
Again?
Yeah, of course. 2-3
Now, how many-
times an episode, baby.
How
Yeah.
many knuckles you got in right now?
Listen, no one had to know I was fingering my asshole while I was doing it. That was
Well-
fucking secret private information.
Well, damn it! Now I want to
Jesus
know.
Christ.
I'm curious.
Double
We've
knuckle.
hit a new low. We've hit a new low. This is a new low.
Is it though?
This-
I mean, is that
Really?
a success?
This is a low
we
for
moved
me?
up because of the new low.
I know.
Like
Yeah, I was
we've
gonna say
raised
that
the
doesn't
bar?
sound like a low. That sounds more like a mainline, straight, normal Deadpool conversation.
For me, it feels like we're doing better. I don't know.
It seems more streamlined for sure with the just straight at the
It's always
just this side of fucking perverted. Just this side.
No, I think that was the other side of perverted.
Yeah, but it's still right there at the edge. It all comes down to perspective.
Yeah.
And if you're watching a show after you've already listened to one, your perspective is probably pretty close to mine. So we're all right.
Or probably pretty weird. It's scared. They're scared. They're rocking somewhere right now,
in a
Same
corner.
difference.
rocking back and forth.
Hey, I'm rocking
Just
back
like-
and forth. Leave me alone.
What are you saying? That rocking's a bad thing?
I was gonna say, I'm sitting here rocking like a fucking ADHD kid fucking in the back of a car. No. I can't help it.
But I think people put a little bit too much emphasis on substrate. It can honestly be anything. I did the substrate from just that Kellogg brand organic like potting soil, and it worked great.
The Jiffy Mix.
So
Can you use grape
just,
nuts?
probably, but it was just
that'd be
it was
something.
just it was just
kind of
I
cereal?
think it was just Kellogg brand, just because that was just what the brand was freaking called, man. I mean,
Well, I mean, the little
Yeah.
substrate, as far as I'm concerned, for the amount of what we're doing, when it comes to the substrate, I mean, I'm sure nutrients, sure, mushrooms use nutrients. All right, but
yeah, it was at
I don't have-
Home Depot.
I've
It was
never heard of a
$7
Kellogg fucking
fucking
lawn fucking care shit.
No, neither have
Those
I.
motherfuckers are fucking interesting. All right.
It's organic lawn topper. It was soil for lawns and seeding. It's just that it just happened to be on sale at fucking Home Depot for $7, and so I was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
I've got a big old bag of peat moss. I'm planning on using one of these days too.
Right.
Nice, it works.
Well, I mean, PBOS and core are almost basically the same thing. I mean, as long as they're
I think the
pasteurized.
peat moss has a little bit of acidity in it, I believe, right? Or I can't remember exactly, but yeah, just gotta.
I mean,
gotta
but the
make sure you
substrate is literally only to hold fucking water. That's what it's for.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause it's
I
really
use it as I make nutritional based substrates because I like to be able to I like them to feed the mushrooms, but I get away with using a lot less grain spawn because of that.
Well, okay, but at the same time, I guess if that's your system, it wouldn't be a problem because you're already doing it. So you've already got it all measured out, and you have cups, and I know how you are. You've got a little tiny hand for this. You got a cup for that. So it's like blah 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 done. But I mean, as far as like when I'm doing them, it's fucking. I don't have time on my shelf to let shit sit there for tons of flushes. All right, and I know with the forest floor, you're gonna get more flushes, but I don't see a difference in growing the first few flushes. Because I don't think the mushrooms are able to use it at that time. They're using that to extend their life. And odds are, I mean, if there's something sitting on my shelf past the second flush, it had to be a phenomenal second flush. I mean, because I've already got bags that need that fucking space to go into fruit.
Oh, I let that fucking shit ride until it either contaminates or dies.
Well, so. I mean, that's... I mean, that'll be fine. But then also, it needs to be completely sterile when you're doing your fucking the forest floor. And your growing conditions at that point in time also need to be even sterile. Because then when you're fucking taking fruit off, every time you pull that fruit, you got to be all fucking... I mean, let's be honest, you probably should be ISO down already, not BD in that shit. But...
I love how that has become a fucking like descriptor. Like BDing has become a fucking descriptor for fuckery.
But didn't Trimmy just say that he grew a bag of Enigma or something?
He said he did, yeah. Or a tub or some sort. I don't know if it was a bag.
There was some fungi produced.
But I mean, everybody that I find nutrients to be buzzwords for my grows. I mean, we know they're usable. We know the mushrooms will use them, but I don't see a fucking difference in the final results.
A benefit.
At all. Yes, I don't see a benefit at all adding this shit. I find the people that fucking go out there and tell people to buy azomite or add this or this Dr. Myco or whatever the fuck.
Dr. Mike never used it. Interesting right? Stuff though.
It's what is it? What is it, Farrell? It's dehydrated fucking yogurt.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And so I mean basically it's buzzwords, and the people that usually are like on anybody that's been growing for a long time, if they're doing that, they're selling stuff.
Well, I mean, the reason I came up with it was because it's fucking cheaper for me locally to make this than it is for me to find core.
But I'm not saying that you're doing it like that. I know why you're doing it, because you can't leave well enough alone. You got to fuck with shit, which is why we're friends, which is fucking fine. What I'm saying is the people that are out there teaching people to grow and telling them that they need to put a fucking handful of azomite in there, or a handful of this, or they need worm castings in that. It's all bullshit. You don't need it. It doesn't really help.
Nitroglycerin.
Huh?
Nitroglycerin.
Did you say nitroglycerin? Yeah. It's like, I mean, fuck, dude. I mean, look, what do we got? I'm not sure if it's tea or not, but I know people that out there that just fucking, they don't even fucking wear gloves when they're doing their shit, and they still get good fucking grows. Forget who that was. I've actually seen people spit in their tub.
Okay. Are you ready to move on yet? I got a question for you.
All right, shoot. What's up?
Okay, so we got our grain spawn. We grew that out. Then we made our substrate, and we mixed the grain spawn in there, and we got it all colonized in the bag. How do you recommend fruiting that bag?
Well, are we talking about an all-in-one bag, or are we talking about a grain bag putting it into substrate?
You're either one, whichever you prefer.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, if you're doing a transfer, a bag to bag, you just fucking slip the fucking top, you dump it in.
No, you pour your grain in there and you colonize it, then you're ready to fruit it. What do? Do you cut the top off? Do you leave it?
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying. Now, after you're talking about when it goes to fruiting,
right?
What we do? Okay. honestly, the best thing to do is do not fucking let it over colonize. I mean, if you have temperature differentials and you're able to lower the temperature a little bit, that works awesome. I've been finding a lot lately because, well, my conditions right now are very easily changeable, the temperature, that when it gets colder at night and then it warms up at the day in the morning, I'm finding my mushrooms are loving getting these lower temperatures at night. I mean, they love it. And then when it starts to warm up, the whole fucking tubs get the condensation, and these tubs are fucking killing it right now. And this is going against everything that I've been taught, everything I've learned over the years. Because, well, let's say I've honestly never grown in a fucking barn before, but when you think about it, the fucking tubs are they're like nature. These mushrooms outside, when it gets nighttime, it's getting down to 50, 60 degrees. And it's after.
So what you're getting at, you don't fruit in the bag. You make a tub.
If I'm fruiting the bag, all right, all I do is I try to lower the temperature, and I'll throw some lights on.
And you leave the bag sealed?
Leave the bag sealed. But the thing is some bags at that point in time, if you're dealing with the genetics that you're not familiar with, you've got to pay attention. Like I said, that depends on the patch that you're using in the bag. Like we were talking about earlier, some of them like to be choked out. Some of them need more fresh air. I mean, you see what I do with a lot of my bags. I cut the top off the bag and I throw it in a hybrid, an upside down fucking tote. So it's basically in a fucking greenhouse. Yeah. And then I have easy access. I can always spray the inside of the fucking tub if it needs it. I mean, it's fucking. What we got there? That's nice.
That's just a rusty white I forgot about. Never opened. It was on a shelf.
But I mean, as far as that goes, it's you either fruit in the bag. They'll tell you what they need. You'll be able to tell. If there's no moisture on the fucking bag, it needs to get fucking water. You're not getting pins. Fucking throw it in the fridge. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys have a certain thing you do? As far as I'm concerned, every bag's fucking different because the microclimate is so small.
And then here's a rusty white that I had in my gourmet fruiting room. The same genetics. Just to give you an idea of the difference between opening the bag and letting it fruit in a fruiting chamber versus leaving it in the bag. But they both fruited and they both got lots of. Now the one on the top grew way more than the one on the bottom before. I realized, oh shit, I forgot a bag. But yeah.
Well, they would have done that anyways. Mm-hmm. The reason they did that, they're stretching to get to the fresh air at the patch.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're always going to stretch. So if that patch was lower to the substrate level, you would never get the huge tall mushrooms because once they start feeling that air movement, they're in the wind current, and it's time to fucking it's kind of time to open up and fucking drop semen all over the place.
Oh, and here's another PSA for people that might be wondering. Hold on. This was what happens when you get old and you get CRS, which means can't remember stuff. Yeah. And you accidentally put cubes into a woodlover's block. And you get something that looks like that.
Well, Lizard King will grow. It'll grow out of a woodlover. So Lizard King will grow in.
It was not happy, but it grew. They were very dense, very, very dense mushrooms.
They have lots of lignin in there in the wood that they can munch on and make very, very dense mushrooms.
That'd be like putting your fucking mushrooms in the sun. If you've ever grown out there in the sun and you have your bags or your totes out there and they have access to sunlight, they will be much, much denser. And you'll get a lot more weight out of your fucking bag. I mean, as far as after you've dehydrated them. It will no longer be a 90% loss. But
Myco Nutty.
Yeah.
I am alive, just so you know. I just now saw your message.
Jeez. No, I figured you were just, the zombie.
Oh, dude, I've been going through some stuff at work. Been going through some stuff at work. You know how life gets in the way of our fun sometimes.
Yeah, all the
Fuck
time.
life. But all right. Bags. What else?
But mushrooms never fail to cheer me up. I at least have Tuesdays to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is true.
I usually enjoy drinking, but I don't get to drink today because I have to work tomorrow.
Oh, I have to work all week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dungeon, it calls.
But I'm going to be getting 10 days off after without pay, but it's going to be great.
No.
I'm going to keep telling you, it's going to be great.
I thought you guys get paid no matter what because they spread it out over the year.
No, you can do that if you choose to, but I didn't do that.
Oh, okay.
I can't afford to live on the spread out amount of income that they give.
Gotcha.
So I just work year round.
Yeah. Well, another news, my garden is completely planted, and because of all the wet weather we've been having, I have like a ton of inky cap mushrooms coming up.
Nice. I've only got 9 more days to my last frost date.
Jesus. God, how do you guys survive up there?
I haven't had a frost in like 4 days, and I don't have any in the foreseeable future. So I actually have my cactus out already.
Nice. I marked out the garden. I'm going to start tilling it this weekend for us. And then I just received a big old package today full of O-rings to make my Dutch buckets.
Nice.
Or the things, the rubber things you put in the hole.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got my tobacco seeds on fucking Saturday.
Sweet.
Outstanding. Yeah. I have them in my cart, but I can't check out until the 15th.
Right, I hear you. Money is hurting right now.
Well,
everybody's hurting for money right now.
This was kind of our last catch up. This last paycheck was our last catch up from the fucking Disney debacle.
Oh, nice.
But, in other news, I got offered there's a guy that has a huge contract for like industrial contract for mowing. Mm-hmm. And when my wife went to go register our daughter for school, he was like, "Hey, your husband got that new lawnmower." I was like, "How the fuck do you know? Like, everybody fucking knows everybody's shit around here." And he's like, "Hey, does he want to come make some money with it? He can come mow a bunch of stuff for me." I was like, "Shit, why not? Just put on a freaking podcast and go mow some."
Right,
dude. I've literally done that with friends. Like,
yeah,
dude. If I could get paid to mow yards like I did when I was a kid, that'd be freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it pays really good because I'm bringing my own lawnmower, my own big ass.
Right, you're an independent contractor.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go and mow like these big, like they're big fields. They're like several hundred yards, but they're all nice and flat. They're outside of like industrial complexes, like
cool,
like
man.
Amazon warehouses and stuff.
Just trying to commit yourself to more than you're willing to do.
Yeah, I think the way the guys talk it's a full-time job. It's not a full-time. Full-time job.
Just say, "Hey, I'm a substitute lawnmower man."
Yeah, I'll come.
What you need to do is start Farrell's mowing and get an employee. I'll come mow like
2 days a week. In the mornings before it gets hot, and just, and do that to make some extra money. But I'd rather get paid by the project instead of by the hour.
Yep, exactly.
Because the stupid fucking lawnmower goes really, really fast and it's really big, so it mows really, really fast.
Don't punish yourself for having a good mower. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wear and tear in them motherfuckers is real.
You paid extra to have a really nice mower, and that means you get done faster. It costs the same no matter how long it takes you.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't cost me more. Damn, I told you the story.
It cost them
$100 fucking
Cost them the same no matter how long it takes.
You say most people don't pay $100 for a 0-point mower.
Like in a past life, I used to own my own car repair shop. And whenever I would have to change a front axle in a car, I could do it in like 5 minutes, 10 tops. But, I'd always schedule those jobs like right before lunch. I'd change the axle and I'd go have lunch. And then after lunch, I'd call them and tell them their car was done. Just so they wouldn't feel so bad about paying me all that money. Because it's still, just because I'm fast at it doesn't mean that you should pay me less.
Dude, when I was installing security systems, it was the same thing. You get paid per job. You got $125 for the alarm system, and then you got an extra fucking $25 for each additional door. But when you know what you're doing, and you could bust out 3 or 4 of those things a day. This was fucking 20 years ago when alarm systems were, wired, and they weren't just this fucking bullshit fucking wireless. It takes 5 minutes to install the system.
Yeah, lick a sticky tape and stick it to the window and call it done.
It's like, But I mean, if you're good, you bust out 4 a day. If you're new, we don't know what you're doing, you're lucky to get 1 done a day. And you're working overtime for $125. But
I don't want to turn
good at your job, you get paid.
Does that guy that does 1 a day deserve the same amount of money that you got for doing 4?
Exactly.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it as a full-time job, but I want to do it as just extra money
making hobby. Yeah, that's all.
Because I've noticed that everything's.
I tell the guy,
really
how
expensive.
I do it. Oh, dude, you aren't kidding. A dude tried to give me a free cow, and I almost took it yesterday. But it's a diseased cow.
Oh, well.
Can you eat it?
Yes, he said you can eat it.
What's wrong with it?
It's got Yanni's. The one I was telling you guys about?
Oh, okay.
And he said you just can't eat the guts. He said, but you can eat the meat. I was like, I don't know. No, I turned him down finally. I was like, no, because he wanted me to come butcher it, and I was like, no. He's like, you might get like 150 pounds of really lean hamburger meat out of it. He said, but that's about all you're gonna get. He said.
Yeah,
but he kept the cow alive long enough to have a calf, and now he's gonna dispatch her. He just can't do it. But apparently, he was able to keep the calf from being with its mom, so the calf is healthy.
Oh, nice.
Because they'll only catch it from her if they drink her milk.
I could say suck it from someone else's teat, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Powdered. You just give him powdered.
He has kids. He said he just has the kids feed it.
Yeah. You can buy that reconstituted cow milk in 50-pound bags. It's pretty cheap.
But then he told me he's getting rid of one of his prize cows.
I'm sure that one's not free.
He said she throws the nicest babies I have. I mean, big bull calves, just gorgeous. He said, but 2 years in a row now, she's abandoned her calf. And he said, I'm
well, if
done
he's
with
got slaves to feed it, then that's all that matters.
Yeah. Sometimes it's better just to. That's the one we're going to eat for steak this year.
Well, that works. Yeah.
I mean, she's not going to go to waste. She's going to be. She's going to
go to freezer camp.
Yeah.
Freezer camp.
She's a bad mother.
That's what I've always called it, is freezer camp. This one's going to freezer camp.
Then this is the same guy that I bought a half a beef from, right? For $1,000 for half a beef. That's not too bad.
Ouch.
Fully dressed out.
Oh, okay. But, did he do it like it came in packages already for you?
Yes. I haven't got it yet, but that's how it's going to come. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I told him I wanted a brisket.
That's not too bad.
He said, I don't usually have them do brisket. I was like, I want brisket. He said, well, we'll see what we can do. But anyway, what was I saying? Well, he's like, you want to see a picture of your cow? And I'm like, nope, I do not want my cow to have a face. I just want to meet.
I want to pretend I'm a child and think that it just comes from the grocery store.
Yep. I don't want to see what I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
It's going to have big eyes.
I'm a vegetarian that wears sneakers.
Yeah, I'll be paying him to keep my cow alive for the rest of its life. Yeah.
I'm a podcaster about child safety, using an iPhone to video record the whole thing. That's what I want to do.
Right? I'm a big softie. I have a hard time doing stuff like that. I know it needs to be done. I just have a hard time being the person to do it.
I was like that, like maybe the first time. The second time, I cut the deer's tongue off, but I was carrying it around for weeks. And then it's like I was touching people with it in school. It was great.
You know, when I was a young man, I was a huge deer hunter. I did all that stuff. I don't know. As I got older, I lost the taste for it. It's weird.
I've never lost my love of murder.
Maybe the military.
I like murder. Murder's good.
I'm not that mad at deer anymore. Like
I didn't lose my taste for hunting until I got in the military. I don't mind people, but animals I have a hard time killing.
Well, I don't like hunting deer. And part of that is that they carry a prion disease. And the other part of that is that once you shoot a fucking deer, the party's over. Now, I love hunting feral hogs because you can just murder goddamn fucking tons of them. But yeah, you get like people love you for it. So
why can't we have like a feral border? You know what I'm saying? Fucking, you sit there at the border, they get a permit for fucking.
My god, that happened in Arizona. They let the guy go now. By the way, he had a mistrial.
Oh, the old guy?
Yeah, they declared a mistrial.
Oh, he was trying to arrange a forever sleep for all the ones crossing.
Oh, he did do it to one of them.
To one.
Yeah,
that's pretty low numbers.
Well, yeah, I assume if you put one to sleep, the rest around them are not coming on your property anymore.
Yeah, I mean that sends a pretty good message.
Yeah, you know,
pretty.
I come here for all your free shit. Get out of your house for a minute so I can take it over.
You're getting for free is some lead.
Let me go.
Yes. Have they fixed that yet? I mean, we're pretty much done with the fucking bags. I think, right? Is anybody else fucking everything else?
Talk about how to fruit them.
You said semen would work.
I guess we could mention from going from a grain bag to a substrate bag. You don't need very much grain. You know, one grain bag is going to give you a lot of substrate bags.
You want your ratio to be 1 to 2, 1 to 3, even as far as 1 to 4. What you're looking at, the less grain there is, it's gonna start slower, but then it's going to fruit faster. This because once it realizes there's no more food, that's when it pops up. You know, so in my experience. But I keep my ratio at 1 to 3. So just like however you're doing your grain, how many, you know, you got a lot of people have these huge fucking bags of grain and they just fucking take cups out and put a cup in each fucking jar. I mean, in each other bag. So
I just eyeball it, but yeah, in that neighborhood.
Yeah, I don't measure.
One toddler hand in each jar.
Yeah,
toddler hand.
Maybe 2 toddler hands, I guess. Depends on the toddler.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. Some toddlers are bigger than others.
Oh, look! Like it's like little Mexican kids playing baseball with mustaches. I'm thinking those toddler hands might be a little bigger than the.
So wait a second. Are you sure you're 14?
Yes. Of course I am.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Farrell. I went to school for 12 years.
I don't know why I always go back to the border shit. It just really pissed me off when he told me about the fucking VA paying for all that fucking shit. And they don't give me garbage.
Highly annoying.
You know, I don't know hardly any of the people I've served with that actually get any benefits from the VA. It's weird.
None of my
my wife keeps trying to get me to to go file for it because I've got you guys ever seen my legs?
Yes.
No.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, okay. Well, you don't need to. It's pretty gross. So basically I got exposed to blister
now I kinda wanna
on my legs. And
okay, I have a mental picture now. Never mind. We're done.
Yeah. So like the skin doesn't produce its own oils and it like falls off occasionally, like a couple times a year. And it's quite painful and it's just basically always bleeding. But I'm really as I get older, it becomes a bigger pain in the ass.
By his fucking head.
That's me. That's my cow.
Why by the head though? Don't you bleed him out the other way?
He doesn't have any guts.
Okay.
I have him hanging up like that, overnight. See, it's nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was
See the moon.
cold.
Well,
So I leave them.
Just traditionally, you hang them by their back.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never.
I didn't
seen
have
anybody...
any way. I didn't have any way to fucking hang that bitch. See, I left its little hooves on so it could stand on its little hooves. That's as high as the damn the bucket on that stupid tractor would go.
It looks like you're doing some kind of Fortnite dance.
It is. It is.
Is that a new skin? Is that?
That's as high as the bucket. That's as high as the bucket could lift the stupid cow. And so I left the head on and left the feetses on. So they were the parts that were touching the dirt. Other than that, I put salt all over it and let it sit overnight so that it could pull out the rest of the blood. Then I chopped it up.
Oh yeah, I forgot you live in the third gate level of hell where it's hot. I remember.
Well, it wasn't hot that night. That was like fucking January. It was like, I don't know. It was like 30 degrees
80
at night.
degrees or something like that. Yeah.
It was like 60 degrees during the day and like 34 or 40 degrees at night.
Like up here, we hang our deer for like a month. You just throw it in the garage where it's below freezing at all times. It takes forever.
You gotta let that fucking breathe. You gotta let it age a little bit.
But it's always frozen.
Well, you let the meat relax. Yeah.
Yeah. We just have a harder time bleeding them because they freeze so fast.
Yeah.
But, we all have our problems.
I mean, when you butchered it, did you do it by its head?
No, I hung it exactly like that, yeah. And then all of its guts and everything just falls straight out onto the ground. But I put a big bucket underneath it, like it was like a
so that huge fucking mass just falls in a bucket. That's what we do. I mean, but we're hanging it from its hind legs.
Yeah, just
up there,
odd looking.
It's just odd. I've never seen it done by the head before, ever.
Everything just. Well, I don't normally butcher them like that. I normally butcher them upside down, but this particular one was for a friend. I got half the meat for butchering the cow, but that's as high as his fucking tractor would go.
Cut the fucking head off.
No, like it couldn't. The tractor was like a small little tractor. It couldn't lift. It just couldn't fucking lift.
Okay,
like
got that. That's why the legs are on the ground. You're just letting it hold some of the weight.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's as high as it could go. It was a big ass cow, as you could tell.
Gotcha.
But cool. That's as high as it would go.
Let me ask you a question, because I've always wanted to get a cow and fucking name him Fred and kill him later. I mean, can I just get a cow and let it roam on like fucking on the lawn?
Yeah, but it has to sit on your couch twice a week.
Okay. And we also have a question for the podcast that came in, you guys.
Okay.
For
Farrell, yeah. Want to know if that's a refrigerator that you incubate in that one?
Yeah, okay. I saw that. That is one. That is just that was a dead refrigerator.
We're using light bulb tech,
or is that the one where you put the fish tank heater in it in a glass of water or whatever?
Yeah, I took a half-gallon jar and just put a 500 watt or a 50 watt. Yeah, 50 watt. Just like the smallest 10-gallon, I guess, the water heater, like aquarium heater in there. Set the temperature to like 76 degrees on the thing, so that the jar was always radiating 76 degrees. Put it in there, plugged it in, let it roll, and that thing worked great.
Why? Yeah, that's even too much fucking work. You could just fucking put a light bulb in a cardboard box on the bottom, hooked up to a thermostat, and that light that radiates the heat from the light bulb will light that shit up too. And it's fucking, I mean, they're both the fucking same, but
yeah. Well, his is temperature controlled though. It has a thermostat.
Well, no, you put the light bulb and you hook that up to a thermostat.
Oh, to a thermostat. There you go.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the same fucking thing. They were doing that for the longest time.
I used to have a dog house for an outside dog, and I put a light bulb inside of a coffee can in there so he couldn't chew on the wires or nothing, and that had a thermostat to keep him warm in the winter in his little dog house. Yeah, because he liked to live outside. It worked quite well, actually. The old incandescent bulb, not LED, of course. Right. Yeah,
nice.
Like a chicken light. We have chicken lights up here.
Similar. Just you just have dogs like to chew on wires. You just had to make sure you protect them from that.
So, anyways, my question:
incubation. Let's talk incubation here.
Can I buy a calf and just let it eat my grass on my lawn, or do I got to get?
If you have enough grass, yes. It won't have the fat content that it would have if it wasn't corn fed, but it would grow.
Well, how much? I mean, what acreage would you say I would need for a calf?
Is it going to eat 100% of the grass? Because you have good grass up there, right? Like it grows like crazy, right? Because you get good rain.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it going to be eating like just grass and weeds, or are you going to supplement its feed?
Well, that's what I'm asking. If I need to get supplements, do I need to get bales of hay and shit like that?
No. If you have good grass, you don't need to. But you're going to need like 5 or 10 acres. You could probably get away with 7 if you have real good grass.
Okay, that's a lot of acreage for a cow.
Well, the thing is they have nothing better to do than wander and eat and shit all day. And you don't want them eating areas that they have just pooped on, because that's how they get, because they have parasite cycles, right? So you're just gonna, every time they eat some of their own poopy grass, it's just going to up the parasite cycle, until you just got parasites holding hands and you get a fucking sick ass cow. So usually having enough area for them reduces the parasite load. And it reduces the smell and everything else. Also, their hooves are really hard on the ground. It compacts.
I can say, yeah, and if they eat all the way down to the roots, then the grass won't grow back. So you probably want to cycle them through that shit anyways.
Yeah, so normally you do like a paddock system. So you would divide the 5 acres up into 4 paddocks, and then every week move them from like 1 to 2 to 2 to 3 to 3 to 4 to the back. So by 1 month, each paddock, each square has a month to recover before you move your cow back on there. It works better if you do a cow followed by chickens. So you have a cow that's running over there and then eating. So if the cow's in paddock 1, the chickens are in paddock 4, right? And then the cow moves to 2, the chickens move to 1. And the reason for that is the chickens break up the cow shit looking for bugs and fly and larvae and stuff and kick it all over the goddamn place and then work it into the soil. And then once the chickens move on to 2, or move like wherever the chickens were at last, you throw out some seed, some cheap seed. It doesn't have to be expensive seed. It can be bird seed. Like as long as it's, it'll grow. It'll have like sorghum and millet and all sorts of stuff, which is perfectly fine graze for the cows. It's real cheap. They'll eat the sunflowers, the whole 9 yards, everything that's in the millet they'll eat. And it'll make them very happy, and it's good for them. And like, one of those 25-pound bag of bird seed will cover a lot of acreage if you do it like that. The chickens fluff up the soil, they spread out the shit, they eat all the bugs, and then they move away, and now you throw your seed back out there, and it has, 3 to 4 weeks before it comes and gets grazed again. So it gets a chance to grow up about, knee high before everything gets come back in there and murder it down. And that system works really well. It's called the paddock system. It's been used forever, like human history. They've been moving cattle around and goats and everything like that. Some people do a 3 system, but they do 6 pins, and they do a high volume rotation that way. As they'll have cows followed by chickens followed by pigs. And the purpose of that is that the cows are going to go in there, eat everything down, make big old shits and eat the tops and everything down. Chickens are going to go in there and spread out the cow shit. Eat all the grasshoppers, break the chain of like bugs and stuff like that. And then the pigs go in there, root up everything, turn it over, eat all the roots of all the anything that might be invasive, eat any grubs, any bugs, and do all the tilling for you. And then you throw out your seed. Your ground's already nice and fluffy and tilled and super fertile because it's had cow shit, chicken shit, pig shit. And then none of those animals, and each one of those animals followed by, the other one breaks the parasite cycle for each one, right? So you'll never have a big fly issue because of the chickens and breaking up all the poo. You'll never have a big fly issue or anything like that because of the ground constantly being turned over. They don't have anywhere for them to incubate and turn into problems. So it works itself out really, really well like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
As long as you have 5 acres to dedicate to your cow.
Now, what can I do with 150 square feet?
You can have some chickens.
You can
And snails.
if I had 150 fucking square feet that I wanted to produce the most amount of meat I could on there, I would do rabbits.
That's why I have rabbits.
You don't eat your rabbits, liar.
No, I don't. But the plan is eventually, when I have enough room.
When the apocalypse hits, my pet is in my belly.
Oh yeah, all my kids know that. They've been briefed.
Bring Thumper over here now. Yeah. Down to give him the old broomstick pop. Yeah.
The broomstick. I'd be a little more humane. I'm thinking at least.
No, that's not what you do with a rabbit. You put them down. You put their head under a broomstick, and then you lift up their legs, and it detaches their head, and they die.
Okay, that's not how you. That's that. Okay, you can do it that way, but that's like the. I guess a plebeian way. I guess that would be the plebeian way to do that.
You fucking peasant.
What are we dispatching? Rabbits?
Rabbits.
Here's how you do it. You take yourself a fucking screw, and you put it in a board on the side of your barn or whatever, a post in the ground, something like that. From that, you make a little loop of wire and you hang it from that like a slip knot. So when you get your bunnies, all right, you go and you pick up your rabbit, grab it by its head, and just a little bitty pole breaks the spine. Throw its legs, the back legs, in that loop, slit the freaking throat. It's all the blood drains out. Okay. Now with that you just leave it there. Like you can put. I usually do like 6 screws, right? So I do 6 stations at the same time. So then once that rabbit's been sitting there for about 3 or 4 minutes, so all the blood's drained out of it, doesn't take long. Then you grab, you loosen up that wire again, and you put it around their neck, right? Then you grab where you slit the throat and you just pull the fur, and it just all comes off as a big sock.
You're doing it exactly the opposite of me again. I do.
So all the fur comes off. All the fur comes off as one big sock. Take your finger, jab right in by the diaphragm, and pull down. All the guts fall straight out onto the ground. You don't have to worry about them falling over the meat. You don't have to worry about them falling over the meat because you're doing them from with their head hanging up. Now you just take and you bend each leg at the knuckle, and you can cut them off with pruning shears or with a sharp knife, either way. And then the last thing you do is you grab the rabbit and you just pull down. That wire cuts the head right the fuck clean off. And so you have a rabbit. Now it takes me longer to describe it than it actually does to process rabbit. Maybe 30 seconds to process a bunny this way. Yeah. It's super, super fast. And it's really, really efficient because just clip, done. And then just pull, and the last thing you do, and that wire just pops the head right clean off. And the head just falls right down there on the ground. Bunny!
It's not even close to what I do, but I like it. I mean, it
seems pretty efficient. Yeah.
I have the 2 loops with a stick that you hang them from with their back legs, one on each loop. That's the way I don't know. Maybe I was just trained by a different person.
Oh, look. I love this picture. Here's another way. Here's the Boy Scout way.
Oh, boy.
Have you seen this one? Look, they're grabbing the bunny. Now, I imagine that you've killed the rabbit at this point, right?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
And you're squishing it like fucking toothpaste and then slinging it between your legs. And all the goddamn guts fall out the asshole.
That was your organ.
Shooting right into your girlfriend's face or right into the neighbor's house. Or just
what? And that's really a thing?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at it's Army Field Manual 64-4.
Oh God.
1860. Yeah, it's the old Boy Scout way. Look at he's even got a fucking Boy Scout patch on.
You know, that reminds me of my drill sergeant. Oh shit. Oh, he used to say, "Hey, Private, you follow FM 22 - whatever the fuck you want to do, don't you?" Good times.
I wonder if like people just like go, they're like, hey, it's podcast night. Let's go hang out in podcast pics and see if we can guess what fucked up shit they're talking about. Right?
I wish we could do it live.
I've been throwing
and, get questions the whole time.
I've been throwing one in general for everybody, just to get them excited a little bit.
Yeah, but I definitely would probably avoid doing the bunny without the knife, the toothpaste method.
Well, no, because I don't use a knife to dispatch them. So, don't get me wrong. Fucking hiking it like a fucking center in a fucking football game is not my idea of fucking dispatching a rabbit.
This guy.
What happens if it doesn't work the first time? You're fucking, now the rabbit's going fucking nuts. It's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Like I said, I would hope the bunny would be dead prior to the hike method.
You look like a fucking deranged 5-year-old with a fucking rabbit before you put it in the microwave or something.
Want to see a bunny pop?
Yeah, right. Have you ever seen skin boil? Watch this.
Oh my god!
So
that's
they're actually that
step on the yellow brick road to hell right there.
I posted a link in the links channel, and it has basically that toothpaste method, but you're not flinging it under your legs; you're just kind of squeezing it out.
Oh, and that's like the way to de-breast a goose, where you stand on the wings and just pull up on the fucking legs.
Huh.
You just pull the breast right out of it.
Oh no shit!
Where?
Yeah,
I don't see nothing.
It's in here. I'll post it in.
Is it in your crazy nutty link channel?
Yes. Okay. Yes, it is.
Anyway, those are the pictures of my commercial bunny cages when I build them. That's how I do it. That's how I build my commercial. But when I'm doing like massive amounts of bunnies,
I've got a rack of fucking 6, but I've got huge cages. Mine, unless that picture is deceiving, my cages are like 3 by 3 by, I want to say 4 feet deep.
That's 10 feet long, by 4 feet wide by 2 feet tall, like the inside cage. So but it's divided up into, so each rabbit's, they got a lot of room. They move around a lot, and it's heavy as hell.
Yeah, and you got to fucking deal with that bullshit shit on a fucking hourly basis.
Well, all the poo. Well, it goes down the tubs, and I use it. But I like that. There's a little feeding mechanism there in the front. It's just some flat metal, but as they eat it, it pushes it against the cage, like it collapses against the cage. So that they can't just kick it the fuck out. Like it's like a spring.
Oh,
so
have you guys seen the compressed air deer skinning method?
Yeah, it works really well.
I have not.
Oh, it's cool. I don't know if they make a GIF of it or not. Let me look.
Yeah. I'm assuming you're just fucking blowing air out of between the skin and the fucking carcass.
That's exactly what.
You're blowing it up like a balloon.
Yep. It works really well.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, look at that. Skinning a deer with an air compressor.
My favorite method was the golf ball.
Yeah, no GIF on it.
My favorite method to skin the deer has always been like, cut around the neck, and then put a golf ball underneath like the back of the skin on the back of the neck, and then hook a rope around that. And then you just hook the end of the rope. You only want a short rope, like maybe 8 inches. And you hook it to like your truck's, ball hitch. And then you just winch the deer up, and it pulls them right out of their fucking skin.
You know what?
Like a stock.
This is FAFO, and we're supposed to be like giving like great life advice, right?
Yeah.
I'm about to lay one down on you guys for like the easiest way to do just about anything. Get you a know-it-all friend, and when he starts telling you how to do the thing that you're supposed to be doing, ask him to show you. And have him do it for you. It's fucking great. You just play stupid.
Yeah, I learn better by watching.
Yeah.
Show me how to
really
how to build this house.
That's the way you skin a deer. Could you show me? I'm having a hard time following. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
You guys have seen the golf ball method, right?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it done.
No, I have not, but I can see how it would work.
Yeah, I've actually tried the deer or the air skinning method on small animals, and it works. It does work. It's pretty quick, actually.
How do I get this? No. It looks like this. Here, look. I put it in the pigs. It looks like that. It just boom comes right the freaking hell off.
Crazy.
Someone's gotta have a fucking gif of it.
I couldn't find one on air skinning.
If it does, it's going to be a
real.
What
I was going to say, it's gonna be a deer head on top of a balloon with the fucking hose in its ass.
Oh, it's a TikTok video. God damn it!
Damn Chinese.
Aha! There is one.
Oh shit!
There's one. What? Which one?
Time now.
Everybody's waiting patiently.
Patiently waiting for this fucking gift.
Well, God damn it.
Yeah, and wake up for him, Johnny.
It's a chicken nugget.
Behind door number one.
What part
is
nuggets.
Farrell doesn't know what the copy button is.
What part of the
I
chicken
tried it.
is the nugget?
All of it.
All of it. We take us the buns and we blend.
Oh, is it air skinning? Air skinning. Okay.
Look, I gotta guess for that.
Softball skin.
With a fucking car.
That's awesome.
Oh,
that
no,
is so much easier because I will literally spend fucking an hour gently fucking tearing that shit off a little bit at a time.
No, I told you it's like that's real time. It's literally that fast.
I just know. No, I know, but I've never
that deer with. That thing has multiple holes in it.
I don't know.
It's coming right at us.
It's coming right at us. Yeah, I was about to beat me to it. I don't know. Look at him, dude. He looks like he beats his wife too. Like, look at him. Like, definitely. He probably shot it with whatever his little limp ass fucking hands can hold. So I don't know, 22 mag.
No.
You probably shot it
22. Yeah. 22. Definitely gonna kill it in 12 shots.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's got a bunch of holes, doesn't it? He's got a shoulder hole and a way back like fucking liver hole. Yeah. He definitely that was not
like
perfection.
wound it and then start torturing it like a fucking kid with a stick.
Yeah, crawl away a little bit.
He's gonna die.
Chopped off his front legs with the bullets. Yeah. Probably did it with like an AR or AK.
The damn Lieutenant Dan treatment. Motherfucker.
Yeah, no, it works. It works really well. That's my favorite way. That's how I do it.
My father-in-law, rest his soul. I saw him tear the brain completely out of one. Just a freaking clean hole where the brain used to be. That was awesome.
At least it died doing what it loved.
Dude, it dropped. I mean, the feet just gave out and it went straight down, not even sideways. It was cool. We were not in a vehicle when it happened.
Yeah,
I wasn't sitting there next to him.
We were standing next to the vehicle.
It was not nighttime with me holding a flashlight or anything. I would never.
I did not see any glowing eyes whatsoever.
Hey, he's passed away. I can talk about him all I want now, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, good times. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never seen that particular method done before. That's interesting.
I do like it. I mean, that would save so much fucking time. Much fucking time.
Knowing my luck, the second I pulled on it, it would like rip and like tear half the body and freaking guts would come running.
Task failed successfully.
Yep.
See, but this is the kind of show I prefer. We got all the mycology out of the way. Now anybody that's sicking around, they're just sick fucks, and they want to hang out with us. See?
Right.
This is...
And hey, sick fucks, come on the show live. Quit being so damn shy. Come on. No? If we haven't asked you specifically, this is your invitation. We're looking for people to join the podcast with us on Tuesdays. Just Monday or Tuesday morning, earlier in the day, give us a fucking shout out. Say, hey man, I'd like to be on the show.
And I will
love to have most of you.
I will tell you no.
There's a few people we don't know. What? We won't say who you are.
Wait. Well, there are certain prerequisites. One, don't be a fucking tard. Come on my fucking show and decide that you can't talk about mushrooms on a fucking mushroom show.
Yeah, and don't be easily offended.
2, don't fucking fall asleep in the beginning of the fucking show.
Yeah,
get so fucking high.
Yeah, don't
Or
smoke
3,
a half a
don't
pound
get
of fucking
so
weed.
fucking high you can't fucking talk on a fucking show. Those are the only fucking prerequisites. I don't care.
Wait a
if you're
minute.
newbie,
Wait
I
a
will teach
minute.
you.
How come you asked me to get high on the show then? What was up with that?
Because we will still be able to talk and make fun of you. That is completely
that was just
fucking
a
different.
topic. That was a topic. Okay.
Yes, you were the topic of that show. You were, the
These
gift
guys
would
tried
be
to
you
talk
having
me
a
into doing
seizure
like
on the
really.
floor.
The stuff I did the other night would be an interesting thing to be on the show with. Ooh, maybe next Tuesday.
Did it rhyme with crack?
No, it rhymed with MSG.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna have to pick a different day next week.
Well, let's hurry up and pick the day then.
It rhymes with flaccid. There we go. That's right.
Yes.
Disappointed?
Yeah.
You
Ex-wife.
like sex? What?
Not a synonym.
Happy milkman? Oh shit.
What?
My kids were convinced that they were the kids of the Swan Man until they were like 20.
20?
I'm a bad person.
Wow,
Damn.
that's hardcore.
Hey, there goes your dad. Always every time he drive by.
It's not funny.
You never
we
stop
can
to
do
speak. He doesn't even give you an ice
We
cream.
can do Friday next week.
Friday? That's fine.
Yeah.
As long as I know in advance.
I could probably make a Friday. I'm off next week. So.
Okay, we'll do Friday the 17th, just because I have to work the next 2 Tuesdays. So
2 in a row? I don't know about that, Farrell.
I think we ought to have a
I work.
Friday open invite and get a bunch of people in here and just have
You
a
can't.
big
We
old-
can only have 5 people.
5 people is all we get.
I think
We can bring them in if we have interest, we can bring you in rounds.
Well,
This is true.
you can. Then they're just editing at the end. You just gotta keep fucking. You gotta splice.
Well,
them together.
editing's not too hard.
Yeah, you just gotta fucking combine them. But we would just have to do different shows and just combine them together.
That's not too difficult.
Just tell them to leave. And
I wonder if we could do.
No, but you have to send the invite at one time, so you can't.
Okay, I didn't know the rules. I'm sorry.
We can do a live show, but I don't know about call-ins. We could do a live show on.
Can we like open up a Discord room and record it through the show? Is that possible?
Not really. It's going to sound like shit. But we could do a live show on the podcasting app, and then they'll have like a chat room they can come in and talk in.
Ooh.
But that would require them to sign up. That would require them to sign up on another thing.
Yeah.
Or I guess
last time we tried that, you had to fucking jump through fucking hoops to get the app. Then you had to jump through more hoops to go ahead and add people. It was ridiculous.
Well, we'll look into it for a future episode.
Yeah, I wonder if we could do a call-in show where we have a Skype
number
or something
they can
like
call?
that. Yeah, like a Skype dedicated Skype number, and they could call that or log in and
first time listener, long time caller.
Yeah, and we could just put that on speaker, and they could be on their own They could be
Yeah,
talking
but that would be
to them.
weird because then nobody would hear that listening to the podcast
Yeah, they would.
through a Skype.
Yeah, I just have Skype on my. I would just sign into the Skype on my phone, right, and then put my phone on speaker with Skype, and then just hold my phone up to the microphone, right, the microphone that we're recording on right now.
Would that be the same thing as having a Discord room open? A Discord voice room?
That's what I'm saying. There's gonna be echoes and everything else going on. You wouldn't be able to do that. You'd have to
Maybe.
have it have to be one program in order to go ahead and stop it from echoing or reverberating, and you would have to have the audio inputs set up for the software. And I, for one, don't think Farrell can do it.
I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna see if I can figure my old non-techie hands into figuring something out.
Well,
I'm alone.
I'm gonna get on the interwebs and the Twitter faces. I'll figure this thing out. The Googles.
All right.
the worldwide shroomery.
God damn it.
Shroomtastic.
Shroomery. Fucking bunch of bastards.
Somebody was telling me there's a new shroomery now, that there's a fucking
What?
Discord. And no, the Discord shroomery, and it's only fucking people from shroomery, and all they do is basically talk shit to people. That's literally all they do.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think I'm in that room.
I am.
We should
Yeah.
brigade them. I mean, not at all harass them.
I don't want to name the thing, but yeah, I'm in so many damn mushroom discords. Let me look. Is that it right there? Who's in there?
I think it's called the Shroomery on there.
Is it called Shroomery again?
Is it
Yeah, I
stay
believe
shroomy?
so.
Well, the Shroomery is the original one. Is it Stay Shroomy? Is that the one?
I don't know.
No, that's Munchausen, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. That's one show.
Oh, no, it's the Shroomery. Yeah.
Maybe I'm not in that one.
It's a blue mushroom logo.
You're probably just not cool enough for them. Really.
Yeah, I definitely not cool enough. Those people over there don't even know who I am.
Weren't you guys
Excellent.
sitting for somebody in the shroomery?
I go by a different name in the Shroomery. So you guys listening might have talked to me before. And
Is it Sergeant M. Trey?
It's Sergeant Mert, okay?
Yeah.
Well, guys, you
I'm
got
in
anything
that
else?
syndicate too. Didn't know that, did you?
I'm not that cool. I don't have,
There's actually some pretty good people in that one.
I'll believe it when I fucking see it. I even know what you said.
You're not in there. Huh? I said I'm in the Tat Syndicate.
Which one? What were we talking about?
The Tat Syndicate.
No, I'm not in that.
There's a lot of stuff out there. Tat is more of a specialized. They only do the true albino teacher stuff. But, whatever makes them happy.
Hey, they're the ones that are adding fucking 12 fucking strains every fucking 30 days.
Yeah.
But they're all teachers, though.
The tree is always branching.
Yeah, it's a big fucking tree of fucking fuck.
Big fucking tree of fuck. Sprouted with lies.
I do enjoy the Shroomery still, though. I go there once in a while. You get a lot of new people coming in there. It's fun to talk to people sometimes.
I don't ever help people in the shroomery because whenever you do anything,
Oh,
in the Shroomery,
other people talk down to you for trying to help them. Yeah, that does happen sometimes.
I've never had the talking. Well, I've had the talking down thing, but it's like people will come right at you and literally say shit that's wrong, and it's gospel. And it's like they will defend it to the end of time.
I think they do that on purpose.
Yeah, they're gaslighting, but that's why I don't do it because they're not worth my fucking time. It's like, all right,
it's a really big mushroom community, so you're gonna have to deal with that in the big rooms. I mean, if you're going there to learn everything there is to know about mushrooms, it's gonna take you a while because you got to sort through the bullshittery. But you come
Why
to
don't you come to the
FAFO cult and you
podcast?
learn.
Well,
There
their-
you go.
FAFO cult and you got that fucker.
Yeah, their setup is just so bad. It's just hard to weed through everything because, like you'll get someone asking you what temperature they have to cook something at to get to a certain thing, and then you're gonna have the first 5 people telling them to fucking read the fucking link. It's in the fucking questions and answers. You should have read this first. Why are you asking questions? You're gonna, and then you got one person that gives it out there, and they're like, "Why are you helping this noob? He's fucking obviously fucking retarded." It's like I don't know.
Hey,
I'm an asshole. I find it stupid.
They have a FAFO room now in the Shroomery, by the way.
I find it everywhere has a FAFO room.
What?
Yeah.
Is it dedicated to us?
No.
Yeah, right.
I don't even think they admit that we exist. Even though we were first.
That's because they don't like us. Yeah.
That's all right.
Those are probably the people that are fucking pushing nutrients on people to buy their shit. I've got the best CVG in town. Buy my bag.
$40.
$40.
I ain't got nothing for sale. Just to let everybody know.
Selling's illegal.
I mean, I
Speaking
don't,
of
I don't
selling,
even
though,
sell fucking bags. I'm not on some nothing. I do mushrooms strictly as a hobby and to get paid. I do get paid to grow mushrooms. I forgot about that one. Slight
Yeah,
detail.
you're like, I forgot. I thought you were a mushroom teacher.
I have nothing for sale on the internet. Yeah. Yeah. No, I like to leave it to the people who are trying to make money. There's plenty of them out there already. I don't need to put my toes in that water. Buy from Deadpool. He needs the money.
I love money.
He hasn't had a good hooker and blow trip for weeks.
Weeks. Yeah.
Somebody asked
With
me
that-
if I ever did coke the other day. It was weird.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You ask him, does a bear shit in the woods?
I-
Does
I-
the poop like little boys?
I know you guys know I've been on a bit of an experimental journey lately. I have
No.
never done cocaine. Never.
Don't. No. You don't need to.
I don't plan on it. I'm on
I
a
think between
psychedelic
that
journey.
and heroin, I don't think you need to try those.
My goal is to do
Yeah.
as many psychedelics as I can until I either burn my brain or I die. That's my goal.
Well, that's a noble cause.
For science.
I'm getting up there.
For science.
I'm a little bit nervous because mescaline's coming up real soon. That's supposed to be a pretty powerful one.
And it's going to be pretty rough.
Yeah, it's like 30 hours. They tell me.
Ugh. Ouch.
Yeah, I remember Trimmy's last 12-hour binge was pretty
Ooh,
fucking
I'm
ridiculous.
sorry, guys. I apologize once again for that. My bird was out of hand that night. Lord have mercy.
You got to stop asking your bird to type your shit.
Right?
All right, gentlemen. I need to go to bed because I have to get up early.
Vagina.
Crazy talk.
We've already gone on forever.
We
Well,
love
hey,
you.
you
We
know,
don't want to go.
It's always 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Last week, you're like, it's 2.5 hours. This episode is so long. I don't know what happened.
Okay,
We've had like 4-hour episodes before.
Hey, we usually do the happy
true.
thing at the end, Firo.
Yeah.
You mind if I do something different instead of a happy thing?
Sure.
Are you putting a curse on people?
I got a little, hold on.
Tell curses.
I'm a teacher and all. I got a little homework for everybody. When was the last time you ever ate a chestnut that was roasted over an open fire?
God damn it. I miss chestnut trees. Hey, they're coming back, though. They made a GMO chestnut that is blight resistant. So,
Yeah, chestnut.
American chestnut.
You have a chestnut tree in your yard?
Yeah, I do.
American chestnut or Asian?
American chestnut.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
And it produces chestnuts?
Yeah. My kids hate
That's
them.
a
because it's like,
rare
Dude,
bit. No.
you need to report that fucker if they don't know it exists. They're looking for them.
I don't know. I mean, it's not like it's hidden away.
I apologize that I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I'm assuming there's some kind of blight that's fucked up the tree.
They used to call the chestnut tree the cradle to the grave tree because you were more than likely in a cradle that was made out of chestnut wood and you were buried in a casket made out of chestnut because they were so common.
It used to be.
Yeah,
It used to be.
the most common tree.
Yeah, it
And
used
then-
to be
then
said
some
that
guy-
a squirrel
Yeah,
could
some guy-
cross the continent on chestnut trees without ever touching the ground.
Yeah,
Back
and then
before
some dude
the
brought
Native
in an
Americans.
Asian chestnut tree because he wanted to, and it spread a disease to all the American ones and killed almost every single chestnut tree in the United States.
The chestnut blight. And in the period of like, what was it, like 50 years? In
Yeah, it wasn't very long.
fucking years, it killed like 99.9% of the chestnuts. So you understand these trees were massive, some of the biggest trees on the fucking planet. And it had the United States looking more like the fucking Amazon rainforest with these chestnut trees. And the chestnuts used to be a massive like the mast fall. A mast fall is like the nut fall, right? So the mast fall of the chestnuts used to support so much more wildlife. Like your turkeys used to be, 65 to 100-pound birds. And that was pretty normal back during the time when the Pilgrims came over. Deer were bigger, everything was bigger in much, much larger numbers.
And lots
And that
more,
allowed, yeah, and that the reason that we had so many Native Americans at the time, the Native American population of North America greatly outnumbered the population of all of Europe at the time that they came over and started.
I've never even heard of this
everybody.
ink disease before. It was called ink disease.
But the chestnut blight just absolutely fucking raped it changed the entire ecology of North America. And the chestnuts used to be huge. That's what they used to build the big wooden battleships out of. And because of the tight grain of the chestnut tree is one of the reasons that the America did so well against murdering the Brits is because they just they call them Ironside, right? So just like old Ironsides, which is a ship that's still around, but their inferior, stupid British, cannon rounds would just bounce off the side of the chestnut trees that the boats were made of. So, like the dugout canoes used to be massive. We're talking about like these canoes that were, like 20 feet, 30 feet freaking long and like 8 feet wide on the inside. They were ferrying goods and services up and down creeks and waterways. And they were easy to make. But now there's no chestnut trees.
Now
they
most Americans have never seen a chestnut.
They're all over New York. They've been working on it for a while.
Yeah, you've got the problem is that they can grow chestnuts from seed. They can clone them, but by the time that they get to about 4 or 5 years old, the blight kicks in and they die. So what they've been doing is they planted massive amounts of them, and the ones that made it older and didn't die, they saved the genes from, and over and over and over. And they've done this. They've been working on this for like 75 years, 80 years. And they've line bred now some that are wholly resistant to chestnut blight. They get it, they get sick from it for about 2 years. They look like scraggly pieces of shit. Then they make a balance with the blight, and then they continue to grow on. They're able to fight it off and continue to grow. And I'm on the list for saplings. I had to pay, I think, $25 holding place for your name. But I'm on the list for when they start releasing these saplings to people. I want to be able to buy a few. Just simply, same reason I got the GMO tomatoes. That's because I fucking wanted them. So,
Beaver Island, Lake Michigan, has hundreds of them, and they're all fucking producing shit.
Cool.
I guess it's because there's no fucking assholes bringing fucking Chinese chestnut over to the island.
Yeah, I don't know, but
it's not an island.
It could be somewhere.
Beaver Island?
It could be someplace where they are doing the experiments too on growing them. It's a possibility.
Yeah, maybe.
But they have several experimental groves all over the United States that they're working on them.
They're
try and fix.
And they're big, like 1,000.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now because New York State has the State University of Environmental Science. They've been working on it, and it's pretty much back in New York. Doesn't say anything about dying after 4 or 5 years. But this was from last year.
It's cool though.
Interesting.
It's cool though. I mean, it's bad, but cool.
It's like people that brought the fucking pythons and shit over from and left them out in the swamp. Now they're killing everything. Now they're paying
people. Isn't that amazing?
People are making a living off of catching them damn pythons. So
yeah, they can find at nighttime. You can go down to fucking blacktop and just picking up snakes.
You guys are welcome.
Hell yeah, dude!
I would love one go with all the kids.
Love to do that.
I fucking hated my brother's python when I was a kid in Florida. That fucker bit me.
Doesn't even hurt.
Fucking sure did. Fucking relaxed onto me, man.
Yeah.
Ball
stroke his
python.
groin. It'll let go right away.
Broke his groin with a freaking kitchen knife and cut his head off. Sorry, I don't like snakes. Not my thing.
You're racist against snakes.
I'm speciesist.
Speciesist, not racist.
Get it right.
All right, guys. Well, that was a nice thing. That was a good learning experience. People probably learned something there. Yeah,
it's a
people
FAFO
probably learned something. Does anybody have any other?
You learned about bags. You learned about fucking skinning animals, and you learned why we don't have chestnuts anymore.
And we know what happens when you have 2 nuts on your chest.
Chesters. Yep. Chesticles.
But, I got nothing else to say.
Chin nuts.
I don't have anything. I'm trying to think of anything nice to say. I'm fresh the fuck out, dude.
That's why I don't do it. Because if I say something nice, guys, just so you know, if I ever say anything nice to you, I'm faking it. All right? I'm like the girl you were just fucking. I'm faking my orgasm, okay? That's fucking...
She still gets her $100, but...
Yes. 100.
Oh, there we are. I hit the mute button. I thought you guys hung up on me. I was like, what?
It doesn't mute us.
Fastest end ever.
All right, guys. We love our listeners. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully we were able to teach you a little bit of something about some random shit, too, there towards the end. If you'd like to go ahead and support the show, you can do so directly by giving us a bunch of money, because currently I'm just paying for everything, and it gets expensive. I'm going to have to fucking mow lawns to keep this goddamn bitch going. So, you can do that.
It is the most expensive $15 in the world.
I pay $18.99 for this platform.
Oh my God.
And $82 for our hosting service for the podcast.
That's for the month or the year?
The month.
What?
Yep.
When did this start?
Because we have a fuckload of bandwidth. We have like
rich fucker
a billion shows on there.
That makes no sense.
If we deleted a year's worth of episodes, we wouldn't have to keep paying.
A year already?
Yeah, we're
past the year.
Yeah, we're well past a year. We're doing, I don't know. But if you look at it, when I started season 2, it was a new year. Like
we have a season?
Yeah,
well, that was after Farrell's hiatus.
Why in the world? I got to start paying more attention to this stuff. I just come on here on Tuesdays and bullshit with you guys. I work really hard. But send us some money.
Send us some money. You can do that through Venmo. It's going to be at FAFOCult. So you can do it to CashApp. It's going to be $FAFOCult. You can buy some super sweet merch. It's going to be on Etsy. It's going to be FAFOCult.etsy.com. If you want to send us love mail, hate mail, complain about how racist one of us is or something.
No horrors, a guy to mail.
You can do that at FAFOCult.gmail.com.
Most of them.
Links to our Discord will be provided below, so you can go on there to the FAFOCult podcast pics and see all the different pictures we were talking about while we were recording this episode.
That's why it's called FAFO pics.
Hey, and in honor of last episode, I have been smoking a pipe the entire episode, you guys.
I've been smoking a pipe this entire episode.
Have you? I mean, that's what I want to smoke one right now.
If you guys didn't listen to last episode was about growing tobacco. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try to grow a bunch of tobacco and make some cigars to give away.
Yeah, I got T9. I ended up getting T9 TN90 Burley and Virginia Gold and Virginia Gold.
This could be sweet. Yeah. All right, guys. We love our listeners. Thank you guys for hanging out with us this entire time. And good night.
Good night.